So 96 today, 98 tomorrow, 101 Sunday, 103 on Monday, and no rain in this forecast to cool things off, but just a possibility of a thunderstorm late Tuesday. Right now in downtown St. Louis, it's already warmed up to 82 degrees. I'm Debbie Monterey, KMOX News.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, hit it.
Chris Ranji, Amy, Mark Scores. The Chris and Amy Show.
You know who it is.
Also, if you didn't know, this is called The Show.
On 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Happy Friday, dudes and ladies. It is the Chris and Amy Show. We got
Especially
Hancock and
the
Kelly with
ladies.
us, especially ladies. Hello. We have a fun. We got
That was creepy.
well, yeah, of course it was
That
creepy.
was cool.
That's what,
Wow.
come on, man.
Well, we're off to a good start.
Are we ever not? I think every time we start this show, there's something great that happens.
Magic.
314-436-7900 calls and texts. You can drop us a voice message on the Odyssey app. Listen to us on the Odyssey app. You want to watch us? You can. We are on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. You should follow us on Twitter at Chris Amy KMOX.
Time now for the top of the order. The top 3 stories everyone will be talking about.
President meeting with Vladimir Putin today, and it's happening in Alaska. When there are updates, we will tell you what those updates are.
And the city of St. Charles could use a data center to end the city's reliance on groundwater because they've had troubles with it. They were under a boil advisory yesterday. Might have seeped into this morning.
Cardinals dropped a series to Colorado a couple of days ago, but today they will begin a series against the New York Yankees, and that will be at Busch Stadium. There are tickets available if you want to head out to the ballpark tonight. 6:20 pregame on KMOX, 7:15 first pitch. So Yankees are in town. I like when the Yankees are here.
No, it's fun.
They're
The return of
spectacle.
Paul Goldschmidt.
Yeah.
I think he might be injured, though.
He's got a little thing. I'm not exactly sure if he's going to be around or what,
I
but
bet that ballpark will be full.
It will not.
You don't think?
No.
For the Yankees?
Nobody.
What about
Oh,
Paul
I bet
Goldschmidt?
they would sell it out. Why wouldn't people want to go down and see Aaron Judge?
Well, we'll find out. I'm going to say it will not be anywhere near sold out.
Well, that
I'm-
would be really disappointing.
I'm going to say that the upper deck will be largely empty. this
What?
evening.
John,
I don't know about that.
an attitude like that.
Well, that's what I think is going to happen.
Let me tell you,
That's
at the beginning of the year when I was handing out my season tickets to folks, the Yankee tickets went first.
They're the
Then
hot,
the Dodgers,
hot tickets.
then the Cards Cubs, which they were empty this year.
Correct.
But I have a feeling when it came to Shohei, there was people there to see him. I mean, that's modern day Babe Ruth on the field.
We'll
Aaron
see.
Judge, this guy's going to go down as one of the
We'll
greats.
see. We will. I will text you this evening.
I was.
Are you going to be there?
I'm not going to be there.
Oh, okay.
I know a lot of people don't like the schedule, and I think a lot of players don't. The more, you play every team every season instead of,
Right.
you play maybe the Yankees this year, and then in 3 years you play them again. I kind of like this.
I like it.
I like that you play them every single season. I like that every other year they get to come to your stadium. And I was always really, I guess, impressed or in awe of the Yankees and the way they travel, because they have a huge traveling team. They have their own security that goes with them, like they're rock stars. And prior to games, you have just crowds of people around their dugout.
Well,
Just because they want to get a look at the Yankees. It's really
That's cool.
that and
it's
That's
it's
fun.
they have
amazing.
a traveling media corps that would rival
Oh,
the
it's huge.
presidents.
Yeah.
I mean, and everybody's got somebody on the Yankee beat. I mean, it's kind of cool that they come to town.
I'll tell you what, the manager over there is under a lot of heat right now. The
Aaron
Yankees,
Boone?
Yeah, they've not been playing well. The Toronto Blue Jays have, to everyone's surprise, have gone into the first place in that American League Eastern Division, and the Boston Red Sox are surging.
Yeah. It's a tough place to be the manager. New York.
Yeah.
New York and Boston, really tough. Our guys, he gets a lot of heat, but I think we've
We're
talked
pretty
about
nice.
Marmol. Yeah, but we are.
I mean, let me rephrase
Relatively
this. We're
speaking,
meaning the
yes.
city, relatively speaking, like you guys, the Gas House Gang, Bernie Wheeler. I mean, they've criticized the team. They've been very critical of the team. They've been honest about the team, right? But I feel like we're fair. We're not obsessive. My example would be the Montreal media for the Canadians, or the Toronto media for the Maple Leafs, they have their own TMZ station.
Yeah.
Dedicated to the Maple Leafs. I mean, it's insane.
We're getting close
The
to
scrutiny.
60 years since the Maple Leafs have won the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
It's just unthinkable.
I mean, I kind of want them to do it. You know, I know a lot of teams don't like, or a lot of people don't like the Canadian teams, them or the Vancouver Canucks. For whatever reason, everybody hates Vancouver. But look, if the Maple Leafs do it, I think those people have suffered enough.
Yeah, they've
Agreed.
suffered.
Let them see
And
it.
they've got Craig Berube there.
I know,
That'd be
the
perfect.
chief. But here's the thing with the St. Louis media, because like I said, I think we're very honest and critical, but there's still a Midwest nice that is different. We're different than New York media and fans.
Well,
We just are. Would
yeah.
you agree?
Yeah, totally. And I think that's one of the reasons that like a Tony La Russa flourished here, because think about it. When the Colorado Rockies are in town, you know, Ali Marmol is going to pay 5-6 reporters, right? KMOX and the local TV stations. The Yankees, that guy's got 40 people in front of him no matter where he's at. He's leaving the hotel. He's getting into his car. You're that type of pressure will cause people to say and do stupid stuff.
And even just the sheer size of the fan base,
Mhm.
Yeah.
the millions. And we have a huge fan base here too, but it's spread out over an entire Midwestern region.
Oh, yeah, for
Because
sure.
Cardinals territory is pretty big, right?
Yeah.
So that's why the ballpark is, when they are good, is always full, because you have people traveling from, you know, Arkansas and Tennessee. I mean, you got people
Yeah.
coming from all over to go to Cardinals games.
Kentucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apropos of nothing, and we don't need to spend a lot of time on it,
All
but
right.
I feel like John Hancock might be helpful in this.
Oh.
Ranj and I were talking about rating our favorite Boons.
What?
Daniel Boone, Aaron Boone.
Yeah.
Who else?
Was it Debbie Boone?
Debbie
Boone Pickens,
Boone Pickens?
Who's
T-Boone
Boone?
Pickens.
T-Boone
Who's
Pickens.
Yeah.
Boone
T-Boone.
Pickens?
What about Boone Valley?
T-Boone Pickens.
Boone Valley, there you
What about
go.
this one? Economic Boone.
I love a good economic
I do
Boone.
too. That I do too. I just think we should rate our favorite Boons. But wait, who's T-Bone Pickens?
T-Boone Pickens.
Oh,
Isn't he cornered the silver market?
I
Did he
think,
not?
isn't he the one that gives
How
all
do
the
you
money
corner
to
the
one of the
supermarket?
Oklahoma
Well, somebody
schools?
look into
I don't
that. Let's go to the research.
T-Boone Pickens.
T-Boone Pickens.
I keep thinking of Slim Pickens. That's who I'm thinking of.
I'm a little partial to Booneville, Missouri, because I wrote
Oh.
a piece of music called the Booneville Stomp.
Now that's just right outside of Columbia, right?
Yeah, it's past Columbia.
Yeah, it's
on
got a
Highway
bridge in it.
70.
You know, on
See?
Highway 70.
There's
Is there-
Booneville Bridge, and they've got the casino there now. Great little community, Cooper County.
Could one call it a Boone Town?
Yeah.
Wow.
Boontown.
No, that's
Wow.
Boom Town.
Is there any stomping in this? Is there any stomping in this Booneville stomp?
Yes,
There is.
there is.
How do you recreate the stomping? Do you
Well, you
stomp
just-
with your foot?
Yeah.
Have you?
When I played at Six Flags, I was on a little wooden platform
Yeah.
that was maybe 8 inches.
Are you wearing like a
high.
red and white pinstripe shirt?
No, yeah, sometimes,
Okay.
but I had the vest with the sequins on it. That was my thing, and then the little bolo tie.
I would have given anything to see this.
I got a bolo tie.
Well,
Another
I
one.
got a picture of it.
did
somewhere.
you wear one of those old timey hats too?
Yeah, buddy, a derby,
Okay, so you're playing at Six Flags.
and I got this little 8-inch platform, wooden, and I would stomp on it, with my left foot.
Does
while
it make
I'm
a
playing.
noise? Yeah.
Oh, it was loud. You could hear it all over the park.
Chris, have you not seen John play
So
yet?
when I get,
I have not. I've heard.
Oh, so
I've heard recording of
hopefully
it.
we'll have another Christmas play or something sometime in the future, or something where you get to see it. But this guy, he moves around like a jumping bean when he's playing, and he stomps and he moves. He does it all.
Does he have the cymbals attached to the cable, which is on his leg, and then he moves
no. But Jelly Roll Morton used to play with a drumstick in his
Jelly
shoe.
Roll Morton.
And he would tie a wood block, the wood blocks that
Mhm.
drummers use.
Yeah.
He'd tie it on the stool leg,
Okay.
and he'd put a drumstick in his shoe, and he'd tap the wood block with his drumstick while he played.
When in life do you get the nickname Jelly Roll, and when you accept it, does it just ruin your personal psychology?
He was a fascinating guy.
Is he a big dude?
Not
Eat a lot of Jelly
not
Rolls?
that big. No,
Who's the current
no,
Jelly
no.
Roll? He's a big dude.
Yeah.
But Jelly Roll Morton claimed to have invented jazz, and
That's a pretty
That's a
big
huge
claim.
claim.
he had a huge ego. But he also had the most unique style of playing the piano in that era of anyone. And he did this series of recordings at the end of his life for the Library of Congress. where he tells the stories and the history of the music. Fascinating. Jelly Roll Morton, look him up. And his music, his Creepy Feeling is a great piece by Jelly Roll
Creepy
Morton.
Feeling.
Yeah.
I get that every day. Every time I show up to this
every
studio.
time. Oh, stop it. What is it, because of Tyler? That's not nice. All right.
Well,
you guys want to hang out for a while? You have to.
I
We talk
suppose
about it. You have to. You gotta be here.
contractually we're obligated to do something.
Yeah,
like that.
you got to be here. Hancock and Kelly with us. John Hancock, Michael Kelly. It is the Chris and Amy show. They are with us until 10 o'clock, and it's the entire hour from 9 to 10 every Friday here on 104.1 FM KMOX.
When my wife and I got married after both graduating law school, we didn't have 2 nickels to rub together. Ultima had to give me her gas card just to drive home. We never could have imagined that one day we would have the largest injury firm in the world and $25 billion in money collected and counting. As good Catholics, we had 4 children fast. They all work in the firm today. Our family protecting yours. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan, but our greatest gift was years away, grandchildren. Today we have 6 and counting. It's the greatest joy that we have ever experienced. I think about them all day long. Our family promises to protect your family should you need us. Call us. It's easy. Visit forthepeople.com and make sure you hug your grandchildren. God's final gift to us. Morgan & Morgan, for the people. Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
I'm Kristen Press.
And I'm Tobin Heath.
We're World Cup winners, Olympians, and the hosts of the Recap Show.
Every week, we sit down with the icons, disruptors, and game changers on the field and beyond it to talk victories, heartbreaks, and everything in between.
We've built a space where athletes, change makers, and people creating the future of women's sports can show up and show off as their full, unapologetic selves.
Follow and listen to the Recap Show wherever you get your podcasts.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. 1 discount per household.
Is your home, business, or church looking tired, chalky, or in need of curb appeal? Go Rhino. Tired of painting year after year? Go Rhino. Our unique 3M ceramic technology is perfect for brick, stucco, aluminum, steel, color lock masonite, and more. It's backed by our 25-year transferable warranty to not chip, crack, or peel. Great if you're staying, and even better if you're selling. Our ceramic coating allows you to maintain all of your architectural features. The decision to do vinyl will leave your home looking like a plastic moldy box. With Rhino Shield, in 15 years, your home will still have that, wow, it looks like you just got it painted. We've done large condo complexes, parking garages, pole barns, and commercial strip malls. We coat sloped and flat roofs to extend their lives too. Evaluations are free. 877-25-RHINO or 877-25rhino.com. See what we did there? Genius. Tell them, ladies.
Don't paint, don't vinyl, go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
SNL Coin. We buy gold and silver coins, silver and gold jewelry. Also buying gold-filled and silver plates. Before you sell, call SNL. 314-544-3600. 314-544-3600. SNL Coin.
It's the Chris and Amy Show on 104.1 FM KMOX. Sponsored by the St. Louis Aquarium. Explore the St. Louis Aquarium at Union Station. KMOX is now on 104.1 FM. The same great station with even better sound.
Chris and Amy show on 104.1 FM KMOX. We have Hancock and Kelly with us today here. It is a Friday. We're glad you're a part of our day today.
Tickled to death.
Tickled. Just saw the photo of John playing the piano at Six Flags. It looks
Unbelievable.
great. He's
How
got his
about that
mustache.
stash, huh?
I love it.
Well, that's Tom Selleck-esque.
Well,
there.
many people have made the
Likens
comparison.
you to Tom Selleck.
You know, Tom Selleck is making a huge comeback on the socials.
Really?
He is the number one hot guy on the socials
Tom
right now.
Selleck?
Like the old Tom Selleck, like
The
getting
old
out of the
Tom,
water
yep,
during Magnum
and the
PI.
short shorts and the
Oh.
Hawaiian shirts.
Not the one who's running the police department in New York and Blue Bloods or whatever it is.
No, this is old Tom Selleck.
Yeah. How cool was Tom Selleck with his Ferrari and his buddy who had a helicopter?
I said Tom
TC.
Selleck is really handsome.
That was TC.
I was like, he was really handsome. Like, wow, why did I never see him as that handsome? And my dad goes, because you were 3.
You know what he did for his workout every day?
What?
He would go into the ocean and tread water for 30, 45 minutes.
That's it?
Almost, yeah. So he would tread water in the open ocean.
That's a lot of activity, though.
And that's in the
For 40 minutes treading water?
It's in the show. That was
Full
his
body?
workout every
It's
day.
kind of like this program here.
What was the name of the guy that who he got to live at his house?
What's his name?
Yeah.
Played by John Hillerman.
Yeah, so he would go out
What?
and
Who got to live in Tom
he was
Selleck
like
house?
Kato Kalin. Tom Selleck lived at a rich guy's house in Hawaii.
Yeah, it was played by John Hillerman.
Wait,
the
in
character's
real
name,
life or in the
no,
show?
in the
In
show.
the show.
His name will come to me
Okay.
eventually because I'm having a senior moment. But he was played by John Hillerman.
Yeah.
But
and
why did Tom Selleck live in this rich guy's house?
Why not?
I think that he was like this own guy's personal private investigator or something, but he
Oh.
lived like Kato Kalin on the property. And it was this like huge Hawaiian mansion, right? And he'd go tread water and then he'd go solve crimes in his Ferrari with his buddy in the helicopter.
Tread water,
TC
solve
was
crime.
the buddy.
Tread water, solve crime.
Maybe while he's treading water, he's thinking about it.
Yeah.
That's when he
be.
ruminates on all the evidence.
I think he was out there thinking about that stash because that was like one of the first stashes I remember, other than Burt Reynolds.
Yeah, Burt Reynolds had a great one.
Didn't he?
Yeah.
Higgins.
Oh, Higgins.
Higgins, my man.
Higgins.
Yes.
How about Kato Kalin had a great setup, didn't he?
Well, till he didn't.
He got to be famous because of it.
Yeah.
What
got-
is
he
he
got a-
doing now?
Probably
He's
a
still
podcast.
probably making money off of the fact that he
Probably
was a
appearances and
house guest.
podcasts
Yeah.
because he heard OJ running by after
I
he
think
murdered
Kato
people.
Kalin has been in this studio because Jane Duker has a picture with him. And I believe it was right here at KMOX that Kato Kalin came through and she got to interview him.
Really?
Yeah.
In my
What was he
head,
doing in town?
I don't
Promoting
know.
his
I-
book, probably.
You know,
Yeah.
Exactly. Excellent point, John.
I'm sure he has a book.
See Dick run.
Would it make
run
The
sense?
this.
OJ that I knew.
Yeah, I knew. Would it make sense in my little kid head that for some reason I remember Kato Kalin and Ken Starr being in the news at the same time? Would that make sense time wise? Because I remember as a kid, I
so-
didn't know which guy was connected with which
So the
Starr
case.
was
OJ
in
trial,
94.
the OJ
Yeah.
trial was in 94.
94, and Ken Starr was early
98.
90s. Was it?
Was it that late?
Well, he had been
Oh, that was the Monica
the Monica Lewinsky
Lewinsky
stuff,
thing, yeah.
97, 98.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
they were close. And Ken Starr had been, was he Solicitor General maybe? I can't
He
remember.
was special counsel.
But he was special counsel for the Clinton stuff. But the Clinton stuff was after the OJ stuff. So you had
So,
OJ
yeah,
stuff,
generally
I
the
think as
same
a
time
kid,
period.
you had
yeah.
the election, then you had
I
Clinton
just
stuff.
remember them being in the news a lot because my papa would listen to the news, listen to KMOX, listen to Rush Limbaugh.
Oh,
Yeah.
Poor man.
Yeah. So, well, I think he chose it.
Oh,
It was of his own
it wasn't
volition.
torture.
Oh, I loved early Rush Limbaugh.
I bet you did.
I did. I loved it. I mean,
Really?
and,
When
and
he had
How early? Like, what?
I listened to him when he was on KIBV in Belleville. He was
Oh,
that was
Belleville.
before,
Wow.
long before he was ever on KMOX.
So, could you tell a big difference in early Rush to late Rush?
Well, he became a whole lot different in the Trump era. He became a lot less what you would call, traditional conservative, movement conservative, which is what he always had been. And then he really became a populist as the Trump wave started taking place. And a lot of those guys, Mark Levin, who had a radio show, was virulently anti-Trump in the early days. Big Ted Cruz supporter. Mark Levin being a known conservative. And now you listen to Mark Levin and, he's all in.
I'll tell you, when Rush had the TV show,
Yeah,
not on Fox, it was it NBC? It was like a late night.
it was. Yeah. It was a half-hour show.
I felt like it was a weekend, or I remember watching it a few times, thinking the guy's pretty funny.
He was
and
funny.
then he became what he did.
So this is an honest question. It's not being snarky in any way. Did he get angrier, or was he always kind of angry? Because I felt like he was pretty angry. My memories of him.
I mean, he would have what the guy had, which, having done this now for a few years myself, I mean, what he was able to do as a one-man show,
insane,
without phone calls, without guests, is remarkable. And to do it as long as he did it, as effectively as he did it, with the ratings he got, he is a unique figure in broadcast history, regardless of what you think about his viewpoints or anything else. He immense talent.
Do you think, in fairness, if he were to look back at his career, that the greatest thing that ever happened to him was Bill Clinton?
Yeah,
because he made his bones as a result of the Bill Clinton stuff and became kind of the antithesis to Clinton. And rode that horse as long as he could.
He did, and Obama was good for him too. But I mean, it really didn't matter. His numbers held very steady, regardless of what the politics of the moment were, and his philosophy, his ideology, remained incredibly steady until the Trump era, which was towards the end of Rush's life.
My experience with Rush is different. John's was impacted and stuff. He wasn't a part of our life. I mean, and in fact, we kind of pushed away from KMOX during that period. I mean, we'd listen to the stuff in the morning and Cardinal baseball and stuff. But as a family, I don't remember Rush Limbaugh being on. And
I've had a few people say that to me too.
Yeah,
they don't remember Rush.
No, that they turned away when Rush was on.
Yeah, I mean, it was the case for my situation, and it's because it was just it was just the cutting edge of this new found disrespectfulness that has been taken to a whole new level now. But the slur, the kind of innuendos and stuff that he'd say about something, he was kind of pushing the edge, almost on a Howard Stern like angle from a conservative standpoint.
Sure, there was a lot of sarcasm and
implications that Hillary is this, and the same things they've done to Michelle Obama and that kind of stuff.
Interesting. Well, like you said, John, regardless of your political beliefs, it's really hard to solo show for 4 hours?
3 hours.
3 hours. And he did it. I mean, I couldn't do that. It was a skill. It was
day
a skill.
after day after day after day.
I know somebody who could do it better than him, longer and better than him.
Kevin Wheeler.
Totally. Hello.
What?
Hello.
And
That man could have a telethon and go for 3
Kevin
days
Wheeler?
straight. Absolutely.
Yeah, and then when he leaves the show, he does another show in the office.
Does he really?
He's doing a show in the office. He comes in, does the show. He does with Glover. He leaves. He does another show.
He's good.
He never doesn't talk.
He's good.
Good point. It's a good point.
It's incredible. I've never seen it. He's a machine.
And I kind of, when I get finished, and we're not on that long anymore, but when we would do several hours, when I get out of here, I just don't talk. I don't feel like talking. I don't want to talk.
I kind of agree with you on that.
Yeah.
I will say the first time.
That's part of our relationship.
When John doesn't talk.
Yeah, he just quits talking.
He's tired.
The first time I was, really on the radio, because I didn't have background in this at all. And Steve, our boss, has said, just talk. Like, you're having a conversation, say what you know. And I don't know what I was talking about. It was probably, it was politics. It was some controversial issue. And I laid out the issue. I gave out all the facts I knew. I gave out all my opinions. And I looked at the clock. It had been 43 seconds. I was like, oh my gosh.
I'm out of material.
And scene.
And scene.
You imagine doing a stand-up bit and you're like, okay, they give me 10 minutes and you go through all of your jokes and then you're at minute 4. You look at the clock. You still have 6 minutes to go.
Oh my gosh.
I'm out, guys.
Yeah.
Totally out.
It is a special talent to be able to sit and, to do what you guys do, period, with each other. But it's even more like what Charlie used to do back in the day before you joined him, Amy, where you can do a show by yourself. I mean, just for those who think it's easy to be on the radio, get in the shower and talk to yourself for 5 minutes.
What do you think I do every morning?
Do you? But I mean, it's just try it. Try for 3 minutes.
I do a little singing in there, though.
Yeah, I do. Totally.
Yeah.
Les Miserables?
No. It's mostly my own compositions. I've written new pieces for my grandson, Nico.
Ah.
And he likes it.
And you've made
He
up words
smiles.
to these songs?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, no, I'll sing it to you on the break.
Why on the break?
Well, because I don't want to destroy the whatever shred of
sing
audience
songs
still
in a-
exists out there.
Oh, we're doing fine. We're doing just fine. Don't worry
So
about
are these
that.
existing songs that you're putting new words to?
Nobody. I write the music and
He's
the
the
lyrics.
Taylor Swift of
Yeah.
Pawpaws.
Yep.
Well done.
And he loves it, man. He spits that pacifier out when I start singing, and he puts a big grin on his face.
Oh.
You're winning him over too, aren't you?
Yeah.
This guy, I'm telling you, is what you would think Bono walked into the room when his grandkids see him. They go running up to him. They'll leave whatever they're doing. I was at the Greek festival out in somewhere out in West County, and saw John's grandchild come running across the room of 200 people to see him.
Oh,
yeah,
he's a stud.
That's little Nico.
John Hancock.
Did you ever think you'd be that guy that walks around and keeps showing pictures and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it used to be him on the piano and the bowler hat.
Hey, look at me. That's Hancock and Kelly here with us till 10 o'clock. The Chris and Amy show goes until 12. Then it's the Gas House Gang. We'll talk some Cardinals baseball and more. Starting at noon, Mike Claiborne, Matt Pauley, and me. So no reason for you to leave KMOX.
This isn't your typical lunchtime baseball chatter. This is the Gas House Gang.
I'll say this. Here's my perspective.
Tom Ackerman, Chris Ronti, Mike Claiborne, and Bernie Miklasz bring smart, informed Cards talk. And every Tuesday,
We welcome in the manager of the Cardinals, Oliver Marmol.
you want real Cardinals conversation? You're in the right place. The Gas House Gang, weekdays at noon on 104.1 FM KMOX, the voice of baseball.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
There's been a lot of talk about tariffs, how it's going to do this and it's going to destroy the economy. Prices are going to go up. Depending where you get your news from or your information from, it's going to make everything unaffordable and so on and so forth. Tariffs have absolutely zero effect on the heating and cooling equipment that we purchase. So don't be misled and fooled that if you're told that you have to buy something now because of tariffs, call me. That's the nicest thing I can say. Call me for a second opinion. Bart Inman, one easy number, Missouri and Illinois. There's only one. If you do not dial this number, it will be the wrong number. It is area code 314-293-2600. Again, easiest number, Missouri and Illinois, 314-293-2600, or on the computer, bartinman.com. Remember, 0% financing is available for most up to 60 months. Fantastic.
When we started Neoviten back in 2009, we wanted to create a multivitamin that we would take ourselves. That's why we use quality ingredients in our Neoviten Original Formula multivitamin. With over 20 vitamins and minerals, along with our physician-formulated proprietary blend, you can be sure you are getting the highest quality daily nutritional support. Give Neoviten Original Formula Multivitamin a try for yourself. Find it at your local Schnucks, Deerbergs, and online at neoviten.com.
It's the greatest pop rock of the 60s and 70s. The Happy Together Tour 2025 with the Turtles, Jay and the Americans, Little Anthony, Gary Puckett and the Union Gap, the Vogues, and the Cowsills. This Thursday night, the Family Arena. Reserve seats on sale now at the Carroll House Furniture box office located at the Family Arena or Ticketmaster.
Get ready for BTO live in concert. Bachman Turner Overdrive with special guests April Wine and Zebra. Roll on down the Highway 2025 tour. Saturday, August 30th, the Family Arena, a night of vintage BTO. Tickets on sale now at the Carroll House Furniture box office, located at the Family Arena or Ticketmaster. Don't miss Bachman Turner Overdrive.
We all have someone we love, like the favorite lyric in our favorite song. You can't imagine life without them. So tell them today, I love you. Get screened. It could help save their life. Visit cancer.org/getscreened to learn more.
Cards manager Ollie Marmol joins the Gas House Gang every Tuesday at noon. Sponsored by Seichmann Cancer Center on the voice of the Cardinals, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Chris Ranji, Amy Mark Scores, John Hancock, Michael Kelly in Studio B.
Here we are.
Meanwhile, in Alaska, President Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin are meeting to discuss a potential ceasefire. I know you guys chatted about it. What are your thoughts on this meeting, if anything comes of it?
I don't expect much to come from it. I don't think you're going to get a ceasefire out of this meeting. And Donald Trump has downplayed the expectations for that now over the last 48 hours or so. So that would tell me that there's not going to be a ceasefire. What I will find interesting is we've had these moving goalposts of sanction deadlines from the president and sanctions and even perhaps tariffs on Russia, which is one of the nations in the world that we haven't tariffed at this point.
Which makes sense, right?
And so I will be interested to see if there is no ceasefire, which I think is almost a certainty, whether or not the president then follows through on this threat of imposing more sanctions and would do it in concert with our Western allies. But, if he gets a ceasefire out of this and a commitment to negotiate between Putin and Zelensky, that will be an unmitigated success for Donald Trump. But, and I hope that's what happens, but I don't think it's going to.
So I'm no foreign policy expert. It's only what I read, etc. But it seems to me this first meeting is really a win for Vladimir Putin and the fact that he gets to return to the world stage after being, ostracized for the last 6-8 years, whatever it's been. And he's getting to sit with the United States president. So this first meeting, I think, is a win for Vladimir Putin. If the second meeting happens, where we actually do try to get to some type of compromise, which will require a ceasefire, so I guess that's what the president has to accomplish, then President Trump may have pulled off what many people, including the Europeans, think was impossible.
Yeah, the ultimate end of this war is very difficult for me to see because it would involve Ukraine giving up territory that Russia has already, possessed through the last 3 years. And that's something Ukraine doesn't want to do. It's something that we've never, in my understanding in the history of America, we've never asked an ally to cede territory that's been invaded by a foreign adversary. And I think it's going to be very difficult to get there. And the people of Ukraine, I think, have no interest in ceding territory. But I think it would take that coupled with verifiable security guarantees on the part of the U.S. and the West to protect Ukraine from further invasion by Russia.
And one of the red lines for Putin is he doesn't want Ukraine to be a part of NATO.
Correct.
If he's willing to accept the property, I wonder if he's willing to accept Ukraine going into NATO.
I think that's a bridge too far for Putin. And I think you can provide security guarantees without NATO membership for the West. And it comes down to, can you trust these the U.S. and Western European allies to actually follow through on the security guarantee? Because you've got a situation where Putin has shown over and over and over and over again. He's gone into Georgia. He's gone into Belarus. He invaded Crimea and took that over. He's invaded Ukraine. There's zero reason to trust and believe that Vladimir Putin's not going to continue this kind of offensive into Eastern Europe.
Interesting, right? That Donald Trump, who kind of views everything through a real estate developer's eye, remember he was going to chop up Gaza. We're going to make it beautiful, blah, blah, blah. He just wants to get the deals. Obviously, that's the new style of world leadership going up against the old style Russian. I mean, Vladimir Putin's not new to the scene. He's been KGB. This is a man who knows his enemy. He knows how to deal with them. You're going to have a fish out of water dealing with an angler. It's going to be interesting to watch these two guys deal with each other. If President Trump is manipulated or if vice versa.
The envoy we've been sending over there, Stephen Witkoff, is also a real estate developer.
Yeah, the guy sees everything as a real estate deal.
So how does Vladimir Putin agree to a ceasefire that doesn't make him look weak or make him look like he failed in his mission because he's trying to rebuild the Soviet Union, because he is telling Russians that Ukraine is rightfully ours? So how does he back off without looking like a failure? Because it doesn't seem like that is going to be an option for
Yeah,
a wannabe, an autocrat who wants to rebuild the USSR.
Yeah, and that's why I don't think you're going to see a ceasefire out of this thing today. And the other thing that Putin, he's got his nation in a war posture, and which even in a dictatorship, people kind of rally around the flag, and he's got his people convinced that there's a bunch of Nazis running Ukraine, which is ridiculous, but that's what they're telling the people of Russia, and enough of them are eating that up. I'm a little surprised that as many troops have been lost there. There's got to be hundreds of thousands of family members of now deceased soldiers, and I'm a little surprised you haven't seen any kind of a more larger uprising.
Yeah,
is
in
it
that
fear
country.
that they don't?
It has to be,
because
because
they have to be thinking. I would think, but who knows what they know?
Told, yeah.
Right. I mean, who knows what they know? But I would think that people there would go, wait a minute, what are we doing over there? We don't have to
Especially
be
since
there.
they're 20 years old. The USSR is nothing to them in the sense that they don't remember it. There's no glory.
They don't care about that.
They don't care about that. Putin, former KGB agent, that's what he lives for. But you have young guys dying for a war that doesn't mean anything to them, or ostensibly may not mean anything to them. Also, if you obviously want the war to end, you want there to be a ceasefire, and maybe Trump's the guy to do it because he admires Putin and he can play into Putin's ego somehow. But do you then just forget that Putin is a war criminal that has promoted not just killing innocent civilians, but mass rape, stealing Ukrainian children, kidnapping them, brainwashing
by the
them?
thousands.
But we already are looking the other way. This man is coming to United States soil. We're not going to some neutral place, which if you wanted to keep that posture that he's a war criminal, you would not allow him in the United States without arresting him.
And it's a place that he probably wishes he had. He probably wishes that Russia still owned Alaska.
Absolutely. The student of history that Putin isn't limited to the last 80 years. It's,
right.
He views Alaska as part of Russia. I mean, there's no question about
John, and it's always it's a big deal when heads of state come to the United States. And I know it was a big deal like when Castro was invited by the journalists to come to New York, but he was invited before he had taken over Cuba. And then suddenly it was a big ordeal because wait a minute, now you have Castro coming to the United States on the invitation of non-governmental entities. Who was the last autocrat, dictator, war criminal that we invited to U.S. soil? I'm trying to think.
I can't think. I mean, Gorbachev, but that was to sign a historic arms reduction
and
agreement.
we went there, and President Reagan went there as well.
Right.
I mean, that's the thing that's most interesting to me, and I'm sure they're doing it for security, etc. But the fact that we're meeting on United States soil and not a neutral place, I feel like we've surrendered that authority of saying this man's a war criminal, and all the threats of we'll arrest him, we're going to hold him to justice. No, we're not. We're hosting him.
He just bombed a bunch of kids.
Yeah, and he's on our soil, literally sitting with our people. We're protecting him.
This is absolutely already a win for him.
Totally. He's back on the world stage. He's been sitting and remember all the pictures we see? He's afraid to leave Russia. He got to go to the United States, the people leading it against him. Why he didn't choose to meet in Greenland or, one of those places where it's a neutral thing and you could keep the posture of he's a bad dude. We surrendered that.
Yep.
Fun stuff.
I can't argue with that.
John Hancock, Michael Kelly. We'll try to solve more of the world's problems when we come back. It is the Chris and Amy Show. You can text in at 314-436-7900. Watch us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. We are at Chris Amy KMOX.
Now there's a new way to take charge of your blood sugar. Introducing new Garlic Healthy Blood Sugar Formula from the makers of the nation's best-selling garlic supplement. New Garlic helps maintain healthy blood sugar levels with clinically supported levels of garlic, plus a custom blend of vitamins and minerals, and it's odor-free. Take charge of your blood sugar with New Garlic Healthy Blood Sugar Formula. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Use as directed.
Have you tried hands-free Skechers slip-ins yet? Because if you haven't, you're missing out on technology that changes how you think about shoes. First, these are not just regular slip-on shoes. They're not just a pair of loafers without laces. But what makes them different is the technology inside that lets you just step into them. There's a built-in hidden shoehorn that slides your foot in, so they look, feel, and wear just like a pair of shoes you're used to. Except you don't have to bend down, struggle to put them on, or touch them. Try them at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Calling all future sportscasters. Sharpen your skills and learn from the best of the Missouri Broadcasters Association Sportscasters Forum Tuesday, September 16th in St. Louis. Join Cardinals beat reporters, broadcasters, and the legendary John Rooney, the voice of the Cardinals, for insider sessions on play-by-play, interviewing, reporting, and more. Then cap the day with a Cards-Reds game at Busch Stadium. Open to college students and broadcasting pros. Just $10 for students, lunch, and a game ticket. Space is limited. Register by September 2nd at MissouriBroadcasters.org.
If you owe the IRS, you have a legal issue, and you need the Lance Drury Law Firm. We'll protect your rights. Log on at LanceDruryLaw.com.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aid.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Gain a global perspective and specialized skills that many of today's top employers are seeking with an MBA from University of Maryland Global Campus. Study online and complete your degree in just 16 months for about $21K. Choose from MBA specializations in global business, marketing, HR, finance, and more. No application fee if you apply by September 3rd. Learn more at umgc.edu. That's umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm going to have to find a new genius or two half geniuses and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
The Chris and Amy Show on 104.1 FM KMOX.
Hancock and Kelly with us for just a bit longer on this Friday morning. It's the Chris and Amy Show. Guys, we've been watching what's happened in Washington, D.C. with the federal takeover of the police department. Yep. And apparently today, the Metropolitan Police Department in D.C. is referring all media inquiries to the federal government now, which seems like a thing that doesn't typically happen. And there is the threat, or at least the president has threatened to do this in other cities, even though D.C.'s crime rate has fallen. It seems like, and we are finding out that it's not that these troops are being sent to the highest crime areas in D.C. They're being sent to places where people can see them. So it seems like eyewash to me. This is political theater from my perspective. How do you guys see it?
But it's a little bit more than that, though, right? Because there's long-term consequences to what's up to. Look, sending in the National Guard to D.C. for a month, okay, great. This is not going to correct this problem. The simple thing that the president could do, should he wanted to help communities like, I don't know, St. Louis, et cetera, is release federal dollars for police officers so that we just don't have a temporary Band-Aid of whatever this vanity project he's up to, and we have a real solution.
I don't like the expansion of executive power. I've been pretty consistent on that throughout the course of my adult life, and this is without question an expansion of American power. If a liberal president, in the wake of a school shooting, dispatched federal troops into some rural community where they've had their schools shut up.
This is a great idea.
And they start saying that it's a national emergency. There are too many of these long guns, and they start going and taking people's guns away from them under the auspices of a presidential edict because of a state of emergency that exists. I suspect that the folks that are applauding what's happening in Washington, D.C. right now would not be pleased with that result. And so there's a reason why our Constitution and the founders of this country created a government that had limited powers. And when you blow those holes wide open and walk through them, which is what we're doing right now, you're creating a future that is very unstable and very troubling, at least to me.
But over and above the policy, it's absolutely insulting and absurd to think that this president of all presidents is dispatching the National Guard into D.C. under the auspices that it's an emergency. We had an emergency on January 6th. There were people trying to kill officers, senators, congressmen, and they asked him to bring in the National Guard then, and he wouldn't do it. But he's doing it for this window dressing play. It's just so transparent, and it's unfortunate.
So, I mean, that was my question, yesterday when we talked to Major Garrett. Well, I thought, well, wait a minute. It's under his purview. It's his prerogative to call in the National Guard into D.C. now. I thought he said he didn't have that power on January 6th years ago. And so that discrepancy doesn't make sense to me. Which one does he think it is? And I will also say,
this is shocking to you.
I know it's shocking, but also as an important note, though, does it matter? And it probably doesn't matter to Trump. Maybe he doesn't know this. I don't know. But I mean, DC does have unique status as a federal city,
right?
Not as a city of a state, which is why he actually does have the power to call in the National Guard into D.C. As a matter of legal perspective, I think that matters greatly. As a matter of Trump wants to do what he wants to do, it probably doesn't matter. But if you're going on a technicality, it is a federal city, which matters, right?
That's true. And it remains to be seen if he is, in fact, going to follow through on his speculation that he could do this in Los Angeles and Oakland and other cities, Chicago.
But then again, that's then that's where the legal issue comes in, because those aren't federal cities. They're under the auspices of the state.
But we're in a city that, how would St. Louis, well, first of all, he's not going to do it because it's a red state and he's trying to do this whole Democrat thing. But how would St. Louis react to the federal government wanting to get into our policing situation? I don't know that people would be pushing back at it too much. But the simpler solution, what the president could be doing, is sending federal resources to a police department that's, short on folks.
And I've been doing a little bit of looking at policing across the country. Every place is low on police officers. I mean, it's not a unique St. Louis problem. New York is thousands of officers under census. And in most cities in this country, there just simply aren't enough police officers. It's a real problem.
So what's the answer? We're going to start making police robots?
Well,
oh my gosh,
we're making
terrifying.
Everything robots.
I hate robots. I'm sorry.
I'm with you. Yeah, but it's what's going to be the solution? Everything other solution for we don't have people to do this, we don't do that. We still need to police ourselves.
Yeah.
People are still going to act like fools.
Yeah, I mean, I think what it probably will change is just cultural currents. What is the cultural shift? I mean, for a while, going into policing was either not popular because people weren't fond of law enforcement, or the people who were in law enforcement were telling their kids, like, hey, it's not a great time to be a police officer right now, right? You had all of those and not generational. What is it called when it's a lot of times if your grandparent, your dad was a police officer, you'll become one as well.
Legacy is a fine word for that.
Okay. So you have a lot of that, and those were fading away, and cops were retiring earlier because maybe they didn't feel supported. They didn't feel supported by the public. I think we saw a lot of that after the Michael Brown. I think it was escalated after the George Floyd riots. So I think for a while it's going to be tough, and until you have maybe a cultural shift where suddenly it is seen as more attractive to go into law enforcement.
And Amy, what you're pointing out is also, I think, important in that Democrats, our pushback to this is we're walking around waving statistics, right? We heard it from Mayor Jones. Oh, crime's going down, homicide. I wonder if this is a consequence of that behavior that we had for nearly 10 years, where we did demonize the police, where we did have our elected officials wanting to defund the police, that even though the stats have gotten there, people don't feel it because they've been ingrained for the last 10 years that the police, had been problematic. I don't know. I kind of feel like I do believe that stats are getting better and that crime is going down in the country. But I think this is a bad argument for the Democrats to be making because even those of us who live here don't feel it yet. I don't feel as safe as I did 10 years ago. I just don't. I don't know. Call me whatever you want. I just don't feel as safe.
I feel exactly the same amount of safe as I did 8 years ago when I moved back here.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes, but
Michael,
I used to
it
walk.
feels different. Yeah,
I used to walk the Cardinal games 10 and 20 blocks that I would not walk anymore.
It's interesting because I just don't have that same feeling.
Yeah. And then I'm on Michael's side. I feel that I used to walk a lot more from here to the
ballpark.
Blues games and the ballpark and the Blues games that I didn't have trouble with, that I don't feel as comfortable. And I do think it's a lot of times it's multiple things. Before 2014, the loop was really coming up. The Del Mar loop was where it was at.
Yeah.
And I can name 4 things that absolutely killed it. There's the Michael Brown incident and riots, COVID, George Floyd, and that stupid Blanken trolley, which put a lot of businesses, made them shutter their doors. And when you put all 4 those things together, the loop is not what it used to be. And I hope it can start to gain some momentum again. But those things hurt the loop. They also hurt the Grove, which for a while was coming up so quickly. They said the Grove is going to surpass the loop.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and here's the other thing about just crime. Police help solve crime, police presence. The other thing that stops crime is mass numbers of people. So if you had a city in a downtown where if you're walking from here to Busch Stadium, you're with 150, 200 other people, you're safe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but how do you do that? I mean,
well,
why don't you live downtown?
You've got to have an environment that attracts people.
Which has got to be safety and the perception of public safety.
Yes, and that's part of it. And then you need economic activity. Some of this thing they're going to do with
That's
the
the thing
millennium,
right there.
hopefully.
Is the economic activity is the big thing.
I need a coffee shop. I'm not going to live somewhere where there's not a coffee shop.
That comes with people. And how do you bring people? You have to make them feel safe. Because look, yes, there's activity wherever there's people. They'll pop up and sell stuff wherever there's going to be a bunch of people. Only reason people are going to come down here is they felt safe. When I moved downtown, we had all this redevelopment going on. It was happening. There were young men and young women moving downtown. There was things happening. There was a police presence.
Yeah, but what
it's
else
evaporated.
The Rams leaving is a big deal.
It is
for us.
Yeah,
the Rams leaving, and I know it was only 8 dates a year or 10 if you want to count like preseason games.
You're right.
But not having an NFL team downtown,
you're not a legit
made
city.
it huge, right?
You just aren't.
So like
the major cities in this country are NFL cities.
All the talk about Washington, Wash Ave redeveloping and becoming a centerpiece, that was coinciding with the Rams being in town.
Yeah.
And as soon as they left,
but also the poor planning of St. Louis. And here's one quick story. Kit Bond got a bunch of money to redo the streetscape of Washington Avenue. It was awesome. We had lighting. We had this brick stuff. There was no plan to keep it going as the years went on. You know what they did to all that $100 million worth of brick? They paved it over. Why? Because we didn't have the resources, and gosh darn it, we got to fix stuff. There just was no planning and execution behind it, kind of like what we've seen with everything else.
This city has a long, long history of poor planning, going back way before any of us were born.
The railroads?
1870s.
Guys, have a great weekend. Enjoy the snook.
All y'all too.
John Hancock, Michael Kelly with us every Friday from 9 until 10. Chris and Amy show continues. Hour 2 coming up. Scott Jagow, he's got 3 good things. He's roaming St. Louis. He's been chatting with Stu Mack. And Scott is next on KMOX.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The Siteman Cancer Center Spotlight, how an innovative immunotherapy is showing promise against aggressive T-cell cancers. Joining us is Dr. John DiPersio.
Until very recently, until this paper and a few other groups in the world have sort of developed approaches for T-cell malignancies, there was no hope for patients who relapsed. There were no effective therapies. This is a way of treating these patients that would normally have no other recourse.
For more information, visit siteman.wustl.edu.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want to boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
Mid-America's most trusted voice for news. KMOX AM St. Louis, KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
It's 10 o'clock and we've got sunshine, 86 degrees already in downtown St. Louis. I'm Debbie Monterey. Protesters in Kyiv are appealing to President Trump, hoping he can persuade the Russian president to demonstrate his commitment to peace. Here's AP correspondent Charles de Ledesma.
Dozens of people gather outside the American embassy in Kyiv ahead of a planned meeting between the U.S. and Russian leaders. And they're calling for the negotiations to focus on the release of Ukrainian prisoners of war rather than territorial issues. Many of the participants chanting "No land swap, we want POW swap, all for all," have relatives held in Russian captivity. Natalia Epifanova, head of the organization Warriors Liberation, which had organized the protest, says, "We appeal to Donald Trump to persuade the Russian president to demonstrate his commitment to peace. If Putin desires peace, then first of all, he must release all Ukrainian prisoners of war and civilian hostages and return the deported people. Then we will see if he has faith in peace." Charles de Ledesma, London.
District of Columbia Attorney General Brian Schwalb filed a lawsuit today after Trump's Attorney General named an emergency police commissioner with all the powers of the police chief. Schwalb says Trump is going beyond his legal power in the nation's capital. The clearing of homeless encampments in D.C. is part of Trump's Make D.C. Safe and Beautiful task force. People being forced from their makeshift living quarters spoke to the AP about feeling persecuted by the move to expel them. Those who don't cooperate may be put in jail, which has led critics to point out it's cheaper to house the homeless and help them than to send them to jail. The director of the daycare Poppy's Playhouse 2 in Park Hills has been indicted in the death of a 3-year-old.
Tiffany Hedrick has been indicted on abuse or neglect of a child resulting in death,
armed criminal action, and murder in the second, related to the death of 3-year-old Conrad Ashcraft. A statement from the St. Francis County Sheriff says Hedrick has been arrested on these charges. According to a wrongful death lawsuit against Hedrick and Poppy's Playhouse 2, 3-year-old Ashcraft was laid face down with a weighted blanket placed over him by Hedrick while he was resisting nap time. It alleges Hedrick also restrained Ashcraft by placing her legs over him. Hours later, he was found dead by a parent who was there to pick him up. Sean Malone, KMOX News.
2 of 3 sports books will be chosen to operate in Missouri without having to be tied to a casino. Ryan Butler with Covers.com says 2 have the inside track.
DraftKings and FanDuel are not surprisingly the 2 heavy favorites. They are the U.S. market share leaders in every state in which they operate. DraftKings and FanDuel are 1 or 2. Every single one of them. They generate a combined roughly 2/3 to 3/4 of every legal sports betting dollar in the country.
Maybe the real story this weekend is the weather.
A heat advisory goes into effect this afternoon. Sunny and hot with a high of 96. Partly cloudy, low 77 tonight. Partly sunny and hot, high 98 tomorrow. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Heather Zayer on 104.1 FM KMOX.
It's 86 and sunny now at 10:03. I'm Debbie Monterey, KMOX News.
The Chris and Amy Show on 104.1 FM KMOX.
Chris and Amy Show on 104.1 FM KMOX. We've got Scott Jagow in from the KMOX newsroom. You know Scott on Sunday mornings. He roams St. Louis. He always has 3 good things for us, and he has a chat with Stu Mack, and he's here to tell us about all of those things. Scott, first of all, I know you. Let's start here. You visited the Holocaust Museum recently.
Yeah, it's fairly new. I didn't realize there was a Holocaust Museum in St. Louis. It opened a couple years ago. There was another one, and this is brand new.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful, first of all. It's very moving. It's the St. Louis Kaplan Feldman Holocaust Museum. It's kind of in Maryland Heights adjacent area. But the building is gorgeous, and I went through the tour, saw the exhibits. I didn't spend the time that you really need to spend because we had to do an interview, but I'll go back because I was moved by it and I was emotional. At the end of the exhibits, they have a little area where you can, get some tissues, and I certainly needed them, especially thinking of what's been happening here lately in Clayton and around the country, anti-Semitism. And it's just, the education part of this is very important. And the lens through which they do these exhibits is St. Louis survivors. There are more than 900 people who survived the Holocaust and came to St. Louis. In fact, they have a suitcase from one of the people. I think his name was Leon Wolf or Leo Wolf. And the suitcase says St. Louis, Missouri. And he didn't spell Missouri right because he didn't know where the heck he was going, really.
Wow.
But it's very, and all there's the names of every single survivor that they know about on this wall. And there's pictures and there's audio. I played a little clip this morning, audio of a story of 2 10-year-olds who were caught up in this. One of them was told to kill the other one with a dagger. And the kid saw blood when he, went to the other kid and he ran away. And you hear the actual story from him. It's very heavy, but educational. And I really enjoyed going there.
It's a place people should visit.
Absolutely.
At least once you should go.
Yeah, really important. Like you said, too, in light of everything that's going on, I mean, it was not that long ago. And it was, this modern, educated country of Germany, right, where all of this happened, these atrocities and these horrors that are beyond comprehension, not that long ago. I mean, and to bring up, that's why, on October 7th, there were Holocaust survivors who survived the Holocaust and were killed on October 7th.
Mm-hmm. 2 things I took away from the exhibits. One is that, the people that were in the Holocaust, they have this, I forgot to mention this morning, but there's an exhibit about a dressmaker, and they have the dresses replicated, and it's a separate section. It kind of just shows you that all these people had their own dreams and talents, and they were just like us. And that's kind of the message that they're trying to send. And the other one is the bystanders. There's a section about who's in your circle. And the idea is, who would you die for, basically? Who are you most loyal to? And, it's obvious people, but as you get farther out in the circle, you're not going to be as loyal or concerned about them. And that's kind of the bystander effect, because people are worried about themselves and their immediate family members and friends. So, then this is not to shame people that stood by. It's just to remind people that it is possible to do that because you have other concerns.
The waiting area at the Holocaust Museum in Washington, D.C., because you get tickets and a timed entry, so it's not too crowded, right? You want to be respectful and want to have your space. So there's a waiting area, and the whole waiting area is an exhibit on complicity.
Mm-hmm. I've been to the Holocaust Museum in Berlin, and
interesting.
The one there, it's astonishing. They have this room. It's like a vault almost. It's a pyramid-like room that's completely dark and silent. The door is so heavy, it shuts out all sound and all light except a pin of light that's up high, and it comes in and it bounces off the wall, just a tiny pin. And no one says anything in there. The whole idea is just to reflect, just take a moment and reflect. And that is part of the mission of the Holocaust Museum here, is just take some moments to reflect on what happened so we don't ever have to go through something like that again, and just to hear the stories of people from St. Louis and their survivor tales.
Scott Jagow roams St. Louis. You can hear about that on Sunday morning. And it's not the only thing that you've done, Scott. You've got, we always talk about your chats with Stu Mack and, Three Good Things and everything that you do on Sunday morning. By the way, what the times again for people to listen in?
Well, the show goes from 6:30 to 9:30 on Sunday morning.
Yep.
Roaming St. Louis, I do in two parts. So it's 8:20 and 9:20 for that.
So let's talk about your discussion with Stu Mack.
Oh,
and I found something out today that Stu may have gone a bit of time before he visited the dentist.
Oh no.
Yeah. So it's not
the best part about our chats. We don't do any preparation. I mean, Stu does a little bit sometimes. He'll just make notes. I didn't even know what he was going to talk about. That's kind of the joy of it. He said, we're going to talk about teeth. And I'm like,
teeth?
Why? And then he said, well, I went to the dentist this week and I hadn't been in a while. And he said, guess how long it's been since I've been to the dentist? And I was like, 7 years.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
12 years.
Longer.
What?
15.
He hadn't been to the dentist in 15 years?
And the last time he went to the dentist, he was in Bolivia. He went to
a Bolivian dentist?
What are you implying, Scott?
He's married to a Bolivian woman, A. B, they
the
were
dentist, ironically enough.
Right after they got married, they went down there and visited family. And she's like, healthcare is really cheap down here. Let's go to the dentist. She's very big on taking care of her teeth. Obviously, Stu is not.
One of the qualities that drew him to her.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, so he said, of course, I couldn't understand a word the dentist was saying because he was speaking Spanish. And then he said, this week I went to the dentist and I couldn't understand a word the dentist was saying, even though they were speaking English, because he was like, I don't know, with the canines and molars and wisdom teeth and teeth 6504. We got to do this and that. And he's just like, I don't understand what they're saying.
In Stuart's defense, when they like tap on your teeth and your gums and rate, and I don't know what it is, but they're like T4, 7, 1A, B2. I'm like, what
I've
are
never
you
gotten
doing?
that before.
What?
I don't get the number count
it's
out.
It's like how receded your gums are. And, or how, I don't know, your gum health, but they tap on the tooth or whatever it is. And then they tell the dental hygienist, floor 2, 7, 1.
I've never gotten this treatment. That's a new thing for me. Am I getting cheated when I go to the dentist?
What if your gums are receding and you don't know?
No.
Huh.
One of my huge fears is gum disease because I'm afraid of gum receding.
Well, there's a lot of, gum disease leads because of the bacteria.
Yeah.
It gets into your bloodstream and then it causes problems for your heart.
So
for your
there's
heart,
a
that's
guy-
very important. You got to brush your teeth, make sure that you have good.
So
tooth health
Around-
because of your heart.
Around COVID, it had been a long time since I'd been to the dentist, like longer than 5 years. It was a long time.
Yeah.
And I was afraid because I heard the story of this guy that hadn't been to the dentist in a long time. And they like were scraping the plaque, but then your gums bleed, but then the plaque got in his bloodstream and he died in the dentist chair. And
What?
I thought that was going to happen to me.
Okay.
That's what. How old was it? How old was it when this happened?
It was a few years ago.
How old was he?
I don't know, 40. I don't know.
What?
I mean, it doesn't matter how old he was. He didn't die of old age. In the
Well, maybe he
dentist
did.
chair. No, he died of plaque.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I promise.
Did they do an autopsy and they figured out that's what it was?
Yes, it was in the
Not the plague,
news.
plaque.
Plaque. Yeah.
Just want to make sure
The
it's clear.
plaque. He
Plague.
died of the plaque. No, but it's true. It got into his bloodstream, and I'm terrified of gum disease. It's very frightening. Inflamed
Thank you
gums.
Thank you for that
You're welcome.
PSA. I was going to lighten the mood a little
Okay,
bit
sorry.
and say that I actually asked a dental hygienist, to marry me.
Oh.
Right out of the sedation when I got my wisdom
Oh,
teeth
yeah,
taken
that's-
out. I just woke up and I said, "Will you marry me?"
What'd she say?
Aw.
What do you think she said? She's
Maybe?
like,
She
hey,
said, "Let me think about
17-year-old
it."
Kid.
Oh, you were
What's wrong with
17.
you?
Yeah.
I don't know you, first of all. Although you have, I should have said, well, you had your hands in my mouth. So
She has her hands in everybody's mouth. She's kind of like that.
You know, when you say it like that, Scott, it sounds rather unsavory.
Well, she had her fingers in my mouth. I met this lady. She put her fingers in my mouth. Like, oh, are you dating? No, she's my dentist.
Hygienist.
Hygienist.
What did I call it?
I don't know.
Hygienist. I
So,
called it a dental
but you're going to
hygienist.
love this one, Amy.
Okay.
Not only, go ahead.
Oh,
Scott.
sorry. I just wanted to say that the other thing that happened he went to the dentist.
You went to, this is what I was about to get into.
Okay.
Scott Jagow. Listen to what Scott Jagow did. He got a pedicure.
The first time I've ever had a pedicure.
And
it is not fun. It's
What?
not like, oh, day at the spa.
No.
It hurts.
It's unpleasant.
Oh my
They
gosh,
dig in
men
your
are
nails
such
and stuff,
babies.
and they scrape. Yeah, no, maybe I am a baby.
I
but-
shouldn't disparage all men, but I will.
But
Babies, a pedicure is the best thing in the whole world.
it
I would
does
get a
make your
pedicure every
feet
day.
look and feel better. I'll grant you that. And I was just, but she got under the nail, and I actually bled.
Oh,
Which
is that
I was
supposed
like,
to happen?
"Geez, that
What's
hurt."
supposed to happen?
And she
Did she say, oops?
No, she just made fun of me. You know?
No. Oh, you're bleeding, you big baby.
Did she ask if you have a
She's
girlfriend?
Vietnamese woman. Well, my girlfriend was sitting next to me.
Okay, because they
that's
always
well,
go.
of
Do you have a
course, that's
boyfriend?
why he went. You know, he didn't just go on his own.
I don't know that. He's roaming St. Louis.
Yeah, but he's
Maybe
not
he was
doing that.
roaming.
She
So,
goes every couple weeks.
did
you
they
know.
ask if you wanted paint, nail polish?
You know what happened?
Yeah.
It's funny. They walked. She was joking. She said, "What color you want?" And I said, "Clear."
Clear.
And she started when they
Clear.
at the end. She put clear
Yeah.
stuff on. What do you call it?
Did you not know there's not clear polish?
Well, I did, but I didn't expect that question. First of all,
How do they
I
look?
wasn't
How do they
planning
look?
to put nail polish on.
He panicked.
I-
Pensacola
Scott,
germs.
how do they
I
look?
should have got colored. I mean, I should have got like blue or
So
something.
I had a buddy who would go with his girlfriend
Yeah.
every time she went, and he would get painted, and he would do it. He would coincide with the seasons. So bear season, he would get blue and orange,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and then
Okay. Now,
Baseball
now we're
season.
You could
thinking.
get a Bills
Yeah.
I could get
pedicure.
a Bills pedicure.
You get
So
blue
how
and
do
red.
your how do your
Yeah.
toes look? Do you have nice feet?
They look a lot better.
That's good.
They were. I mean, I would just admit that they weren't in such great
take your
shape.
shoes off.
before.
Let's
let's
get a
not do
look.
that. We're not doing that.
Let's get a look, Scott.
No, that's okay.
I mean, you paid for him. Why wouldn't you?
No.
See,
we're
this
not
is
doing
where
that.
like doesn't he kind of always kind of flirt with harassment? Don't you feel a little
Yeah,
harassed?
a little bit.
Yeah.
He's in here
We'll
talking
talk
about his
my feet
toes.
at work.
You brought what do you mean? You brought up your feet.
You know what? Now that
That's
they look
true.
nice, I know how way you
This
could supplement your pay.
Yeah.
Oh, Scott.
Uh-oh. What?
Isn't there like
Wait a
OnlyFans
minute,
for
this-
feet?
Is it foot
Feet
fetish?
pics.
I knew we were going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
feet pics.
People will pay you good money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To do what?
Just take pictures of your feet and send it to him.
Yeah. Like, what's his name? What was the coach for the Jets? Ryan.
Oh, Rex Ryan.
Rex Ryan.
He was
He's
a
also
feet
a coach
guy?
of the
No,
Bills.
he was
by the
into
way.
feet.
Oh,
He
was
really likes
very into-
feet.
He has a foot fetish.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Which I don't understand. I hate feet. I don't like to look at other feet. I don't want them
Yeah.
around me.
Men shouldn't let their toes show at work. Most
Except
of the
for
time.
Scott, because he just had a pedicure.
Exactly.
You know, a lot of CEOs get pedicures and manicures. It's very important.
Yeah, of course.
A lot of CEOs get manicures.
CEOs?
Yeah. Like, you know, people who run companies.
Where did you get that stat from? Where did you get that idea from?
Well, it's purely
sounds like fake
anecdotal
news.
from a lot of CEOs, but also I think it is a thing. I think it's known.
Because when you're having a business meeting, the
Tyler,
first thing you do is
could you
take
Google
off.
that?
First thing you do is take off your shoes and socks. You come into the boardroom.
You put your peepers. What are they called? They're not peepers. What are they called?
Definitely not peepers.
Peepers are
Aren't
your
they
eyes.
peepers? What?
Are peepers your eyes or your toes?
Those are your eyes.
Google that.
Yeah. I don't know what the hell. No, you Google it.
I'm gonna Google what are your peepers.
Would you do us a favor? Would you tweet out a photo of your toes?
Really?
Yeah, so that we can send it out to everybody. We can let's do a Twitter poll on Scott's feet,
like
and
it's a bad idea.
we'll see if it's money well
The
spent.
first like is Rex Ryan.
It's probably scouring. Colonel Ripper says they're called piggies.
Piggies.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what
What you mean?
peepers are your
Yeah.
eyes. Yeah.
All right.
No, but I mean, you
Wee
want
little-
your hands. I promise it's a thing that CEOs, male and female, get manicures. It's very important. I know a lot of guys that would get manicures.
That like presentation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You want to look
just-
clean. You don't want to look unkempt.
Yeah.
What if you ran a company and you had grime under your nails? Makes you wonder what you're doing over there.
Does it?
Scott Jagow, he's got 3 good things. Scott's got 10 good things actually because he got a pedicure. So 3 good things.
Please say that this weekend.
Roaming St. Louis. Chat with
good
Stu
things.
Mac.
Stu Mac.
It's all Sunday morning. Hey, you know what's going on right this second as we speak, Scott?
What?
Bears and Bills joint practice
Oh, that's
happening
right.
today.
When is
right
the
now.
game?
Are they
Tonight?
cooperating?
Well, no, there's just a joint practice that they
But
they
aren't they
practice
playing a
against each
game?
other.
A preseason game. I'm pretty sure they do.
They might.
It's either tonight or tomorrow. I don't remember.
You know what?
Yes, you're right. It's Sunday.
It's
Sunday
Sun-
night.
Okay.
Bears
Sunday
Bills.
night. All right.
So they got practice today.
All right.
Did you know that that's another name for chiropractic care?
What?
Joint practice.
Okay. All right. Have a great weekend, Scott.
Hey.
Sunday morning.
You too.
We'll be listening in to
You
KMO.
too.
Scott Jagow. It's 104.1 FM KMOX.
Hi, this is Charlie Brennan, along with Dr. Colleen Bosler from the Audiology Center. Doctor, tell us a little something about the history of the Audiology Center.
At the Audiology Center, we care about our patients. They are like our family. For us, we want everyone to feel comfortable and confident in their choice to work with us. We ensure best practices for our patients, which include real ear measurements and testing to ensure the best possible outcomes for everyone with their hearing aids. Dr. Fahn started the Audiology Center in 1982, and I purchased the practice in 2017. Dr. Adam Voss joined us about a year ago, and we all want to use our educational backgrounds and our passion for hearing care to help everyone reconnect to their loved ones. We have been around for 43 years, and we want to earn your trust in your hearing care needs. We have 3 locations. Call us at 636-441-7470 or visit us online at theaudiologycenterstl.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
To have a roof over your head, a nice roof over your head, is very important.
That's Rick talking about his experience with Rhino Shield ceramic coating.
We got Rhino Shield 18 years ago, and they're very cooperative on getting us the right paint. They were in and out and done in no time. Once it was finished, looked great. We were very happy with it.
The main reason Rick called Rhino Shield is because it's backed by a 25-year transferable warranty.
We've watched a lot of people get their house painted 3 or 4 times, and we haven't had to do any of it. I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to have to paint it every 5-7 years.
Take a tip from Rick and put down the paintbrush and call Rhino Shield for your free evaluation. 877-25-RHINO. 877-25-RHINO or visit 877-25rhino.com.
We got Rhino Shield 18 years ago. Financially makes sense, especially if it's going to last like this did. Still looks great.
Call now, 877-25-RHINO or 877-25rhino.com.
Don't paint, don't Rhino, go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Retiring soon? Get the information you need by joining Kyle Jones and Matt Allgeier of Fira Capital Management for your retirement highway, Sunday mornings at 9:30. Investment advisory services made available through Pine Ridge Advisors, LLC, registered investment advisors. Securities made available through AE Financial Services, LLC, member FINRA and SIPC.
It's the Chris and Amy Show on 104.1 FM KMOX, sponsored by the St. Louis Aquarium. Explore the St. Louis Aquarium at Union Station. News, talk, cars. 104.1 FM KMOX.
So a couple of days ago, Amy, we talked to a reporter about it was a reporter. It was a wellness person. And it's escaping me her name.
Mhm.
I just now thinking of this. And
From CNN. She's the health and wellness reporter for CNN.
Lamont was her name, Sandy Lamont. And Sandy was talking to us about, obviously, things that you could do to curb early onset Alzheimer's and that sort of thing. And I mentioned a coffee study that she had written about maybe a week or so ago. And that study said that 3 cups of coffee, black coffee, every day can help curb the likelihood of stroke, diabetes, all these things, right? All these different ailments. Heart attack, heart disease, that kind of thing. And so she said, it's got to be black coffee. It's got to be black, nothing in it. And so I was thinking about this. Like, all right, we always have these studies that say one thing. One day it's going to be, but black coffee or, coffee's bad for you. Too much caffeine. That's bad. Another study says actually it's kind of good for you in moderation. And there's a third study that says you should have 3 cups a day, right? So it's always going to be different. But my question is, if you have 3 cups of black coffee in the morning, and because she said just black, does that mean if I have a glass of milk later, does it offset the good effects of the coffee? Do you know what I'm saying here? Because if you have milk in your coffee, she's saying that's not good. All right. So coffee's good.
Implying it, because when you say just black coffee, you're implying that you could take it as, well, what she's trying to let people know is that these fancy Starbucks lattes and frappuccinos don't count.
It's the sugar in the milk.
It's the sugar in the milk. But I have a hard time believing that 3 cups of black coffee is beneficial. But if you add 2 tablespoons of half and half, suddenly all of the health benefits
That's what I'm wondering.
are canceled out.
That's exactly what I'm wondering.
And then, like you said, what if you drink the black coffee black, but you also drink milk at the same time?
What if I have black coffee and then afterwards I have a shot of half and half?
Yeah.
Because don't people have shots of half and half just to start their day?
I don't know anyone who doesn't. No, I mean, right. And that's why I don't know. I have an issue with all of these studies that keep coming out. And even,
well, I you know what? I think
I have
that
to go back where eggs are good. Eggs are bad. Eggs are good if they're over easy. Eggs are bad if they're boiled.
Only egg whites.
Only egg whites. Actually,
Yes.
you need the yolks. Now you need 3 eggs. Actually, you need 1 whole egg and 2 egg whites. And all of these studies just getting pumped out where I think some of these so-called studies, first of all, who in the world is funding these? Second of all, the only reason we're hearing about them is with 24-hour news where you got to constantly pump out headlines. They are in the dregs. They are scraping the bottom of the barrel to get news stories 24/7.
Well, I don't think it's just that. I do believe that there is a benefit to continually studying things and get as much data as you possibly can so we know, so that we can get a better idea of what's healthy and what's not. My guess is when she says we're talking just black coffee here, you're right. She's saying don't get the caramel macchiato because it's got, like 50 grams of sugar. That's terrible for you. It tastes great, but that's what's bad for you, right? It's not, So I think the message is you could do stuff in moderation with the milk or with the half and half or whatever, but your whole drink can't just be milk and caramel and sugar, because that's when it becomes not coffee and the benefits of it are just completely wiped.
For sure. And I would even say processed creamers like Coffee Mate, I don't think it's good for you. I mean, I've had it and it like will mess up my gut right away. I think it is much healthier to have good old fashioned half and half, just milk, and put that in your coffee versus a lot of sugar or these processed gelatinous Coffee Mate artificial creamers. I don't think those are good for you.
No, absolutely not.
So here's a study what I mean that I feel is unnecessary. A new study indicates that certain fast food items are indeed unhealthy. The study analyzed 24 major fast food chains and found that Five Guys cheeseburger and fries, as well as Popeye's chicken sandwich classic, scored high on the unhealthy scale due to high levels of fat, sodium, and unhealthy components. I mean, I could have told you that without a study. I think pretty much everyone could have.
Well, I think we do know, but I think it's still
Why
good
did you need
it's still
study?
well, no, it's still good to have the studies. It's still good.
But how do you feel about the studies that contradict each other every 2 years?
I don't care.
Because even Debbie,
Because
who
the more
reports
you-
on the study, said, "Oh my gosh, now eggs are bad for you. Now they're good for you."
The more you do, the better understanding we're going to have eventually on all this stuff. So I think we should continue to study them. By the way, Texter says you were asking about Toes, the nickname for Toes. Were you thinking Tootsies?
I think so. I was
Texter says it's Tootsies.
Yeah, because I knew there was an old-timey word, and I pictured a CEO popping his peepers on the table, and I was like, well, it's not peepers, because that would be eyes. It's maybe, here's the CEO popping his Tootsies.
Popping his Tootsies on the table?
I don't think you should pop your Tootsies on the table, honestly.
Another texter says pitties. I've never heard that for Toes.
I think he's playing you. What if he just got you to say a bad word?
Also, when we were having the conversation with Scott Jagow about what color he had his toes painted, and they asked him what color he wanted, and he froze, a texter says he panicked on the color, surprised he didn't say Pensacola Jones.
I know, Pensacola Jones. I will say this. One time we had a Secret Santa at work, at Fleet Feet, and I had Chuck. Chuck was the guy that I had to buy for, and you had to fill out a form about yourself, and it's like, what's your favorite color? And he wrote clear.
I actually love that answer.
Favorite color is clear.
Translucent. That's mine. You got anything in translucent? Amy Marks, Coors, Chris Ranji. When we come back, we are going to talk to Dale Schilly, the Academy Director and broadcaster for Y98 for City SC. They will play the Chicago Fire tomorrow. We talk to Dale next on KMOX.
The Dave Glover Show.
If you sit down with me and we talk about who I am, what I am, my values, political, voting record, you're never going to walk away and go, that guy's a bleeding heart progressive. I'm just not stupid. And I just don't take bait. And I just don't do things because you tell me to, or that I'm afraid that if I don't, fall in line or get on the bandwagon, people aren't going to like me. Been there, done that for years.
The Dave Glover Show, now on FM 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Currently, it is 87 degrees, real feel temperature 102. Mostly sunny and hot today. A high of 97 tonight, mainly clear and humid. A low of 72. Weather sponsored by Anderson Hospital.
Serving the Metro East region with excellence, Anderson Hospital is proud to be named one of Newsweek's World's Best Hospitals for 2025. Experience world-class care close to home. AndersonHospital.org.
It's time for a $98 AC tune-up.
How many of you think taxes are going to go up in the future? And if they do, who will be hit the hardest? Maybe it's you, headed for retirement. You've been saving in that 401k or IRA, and that money has never been taxed. And Uncle Sam is looking at that account like it's a big, juicy steak. What can you do about it? Join the All Financial Group for their Taxes in Retirement Seminar, Tuesday, August 26th or Thursday, August 28th at Fleming's. They believe a financial plan is not a retirement plan without a tax plan. Fund your retirement, not Uncle Sam's. Reserve your spot today by calling 636-230-8824. That's 636-230-8824 or online at yourmoneymattersstl.com.
Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor. Neither the firm nor its agents or representatives may give tax or legal advice. Individuals should consult with a qualified professional for guidance before making any purchasing decisions.
It's Tom Ackerman for Innsbruck. Just the beautiful homes at Innsbruck. The new Sonnenhaus houses are available this year. The newest style of living, combining the modern exterior of a treehouse with cozy interior elements of a cottage into one convenient and comfortable residence that can transition from a vacation home to a permanent residence. And it's so close to St. Louis, just a half hour from Chesterfield, an hour from downtown. Innsbruck-resort.com.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments, including pills, chews, and more, 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
It's the annual KMOX Blood Drive with the American Red Cross, August 21st from 2 to 7 at multiple locations. Everyone who attempts to donate receives a $15 e-gift card. Make an appointment in the Red Cross Blood Donor app or at redcrossblood.org and enter KMOX for a drive near you.
Today, the Cards, the Yankees.
Ameren Total Access 620.
Cardinals Radio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
And we're losing. Reindeers one across the center line. Goes right side of the box. Klaus, right foot. He shoots and scores! Now that's St. Louis City soccer, baby!
I love that one. Joey Zanaboni on the call. City SC will play tomorrow against the Chicago Fire. And to talk about that with us and the state of the team, we have with us Dale Schilly, who is the City Academy Director. And you can hear him along with Joey on the broadcasts on Y98, our sister station. What's up, Dale Schilly?
Good morning, and it's good to hear Joe make a call like that.
I know, because it's been a little thin this year in terms of scoring.
It has been a little thin, and it's good to hear Joe belt out one of his city leads or a goal like that. So yeah, thank goodness.
Yeah, the goal differential for City this year is minus 14. Galaxy is really bad. The Galaxy is under 24, so that's pretty terrible. So
yeah,
you're just looking at.
Thanks for putting my feet back on the ground.
Yeah.
Hey, you're welcome.
Hey, quick.
Well, listen, you're playing the Fire tomorrow. They're,
Well,
you can beat them.
hey, what did happen with the Galaxy? Because wasn't the Galaxy, they got the first, one of the first real bouts of attention with David Beckham?
Or was that FC? No, it was Galaxy, right?
That was Galaxy,
Yeah.
yeah.
And so how do they draw there, the Galaxy? Are the fans into it? Is it, we've got other things to do in this city in LA?
It's like a lot of cities. It's if they're winning, the fans are, supporting the team. They do have a loyal supporters group that are there. And, about 2 years ago, they had some issues not internally with the club, but with the supporters and the team. The team, brought in some players, brought in some talent. Last year, they won the league, as a matter of fact. And then they had a couple of injuries. Their top players, a guy named Ricky Puig, and Ricky, Spanish guy, injured his knee, had an ACL tear surgery, and missed the whole season this year. And he's been one of the reasons why they've had such a down year. And they lost some players. So that's a team that won the league a year ago and are at the bottom of, the points totals this year, just 1 year later.
Wait, did you say they have two Rickies?
No, just one.
Just one Ricky.
Puge.
Ricky Puge is the only. Okay. All right. Because they said they have Ricky and then they have another Ricky. Okay. Because I was going to say, you can't have more than one Ricky on your team.
No, you can't have more than one.
What's a stadium that you travel to throughout the league? And again, this is a lot of this is about how good the team is. I recognize that. But what is an environment that is not really fun to play in because the crowd is so into it?
Yeah, I would say it's fun to play in because the crowd is so into it rather than not fun.
Sure.
Would be Portland. Portland is an old baseball stadium that they've renovated into a soccer stadium, like a minor league baseball stadium years and years, decades ago. And it's 2 or 3 tiers high. And behind one goal, they have like the horseshoe shape of an outfield. And it's where their supporters sit, and they're loud and strong, and they sing the whole game. It's one of the best atmospheres that you can be in. So I would say Portland, just because of the atmosphere that the fans bring.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was Portland one of the original MLS teams?
They were not. They were in the old NASL, and they were in the USL, a couple of leagues that the NASL way back in the day was the top tier before the MLS, and then they were in the USL, and then they came on in the early 2000s with the MLS. So just maybe even later than the early 2000s, maybe in the 2010ish, or maybe a little bit before that. But yeah, they were around. Some of the other the other atmospheres. There's some great ones, like Austin has a great following. Vancouver has a good following. Seattle has a great atmosphere where the fans chant back and forth with each other, kind of like they do at Mizzou football games. So yeah, there's some incredible atmospheres. The Minnesota one is interesting. Minnesota has a crowd that sits behind the one goal, and they call it the Wonder Wall. And when they win the game, they sing the Oasis song "Wonderwall."
Yes. We were just talking about this yesterday.
We talked about that yesterday because I said that's the worst song of all time, and one of our engineers said, "Well, then you don't want to go to a soccer game in Minnesota because they sing that song." I think it's a horrible song.
And here's how it started. So there's a guy up there that was he used to coach for me in a youth program years and years ago. He was the assistant coach for a team in the very beginning, and somehow they won this game where they got dominated. This is in the early years. They got dominated, and he walked into the locker room and started singing Wonderwall to the players, and the locker room broke out into Wonderwall, and somehow it made it out to the bars and the supporters group, and then next thing you know, that's their theme song, if you will. It's Wonderwall. That's how they stamp every game when they get shut up.
It's kind of like what happened with Gloria and the Blues, I guess.
Yeah,
but
similar.
Wonderwall is a little bit more of, it's not a downer. It's just a little bit slower. It doesn't have the energy that Gloria has.
It's a sing-along, though.
It's a sing-along, and it's at the end of the game. So they're bringing themselves down from the excitement. Let's just put it that way.
I will say there is that, because I will say I talked to Ryan O'Reilly years ago when he was with the Blues, and when you're in the World Championships, he was playing for Team Canada. A lot of NHLers will take part in the World Championships. And for their goal celebration song for Team Canada, they thought it would be hilarious to pick Careless Whisper. That was George Michael song.
Yeah, that was JJ. That was JJ Redick's walk-up song. So it's not very original.
Was it JJ?
Yes.
Well, I didn't even know that, but they picked it, and they would play. And I guess this might have been
JJ Redick. Anyway, go.
I don't care. I don't care, Ronch. Anyway, it was like maybe 2017 that I think it was the 2017 World Championships. It was Team Canada's goal celebration song. And then the tournament asked them to pick a different song because they'd said it didn't have enough energy. But can you imagine scoring and then the saxophone plays? Man.
The name, by the way, is Josh Reddick. He was a baseball player for the Oakland A's, and Careless Whisper was his walk-up.
I'm sure that's who they were thinking of.
Well, he did it a decade ago, so stolen.
This was also a decade ago. Yeah.
It's better than having it for Tyler Reddick, the NASCAR driver.
Well,
yeah.
You don't get a walk-up song
I
in
don't know. Can you
NASCAR.
imagine driving around in a NASCAR to Careless Whisper? Whoa, the ladies. Ladies, watch out.
Dale, Detroit is getting an MLS team. They just announced they've had a soccer club, but I suppose it's getting promoted to MLS because they are building a brand new stadium in the neighborhood called Corktown, which is a cool part of town, and there's still areas for development there. When this happens, when you see the league expand, when you see a new stadium get built, or like the Chicago Fire, they're going to get a new stadium built right downtown. What does that do for the league overall?
Yeah, it's a big step for the league. Every time that you can expand your footprint and create the sort of stability that a stadium in a major city like that means, a soccer-specific stadium at that, it just means that you're going to have a team in that stadium for a long time. I mean, you're not going to build a stadium as much as it costs, obviously, and the commitment, and then move a team out of that area. So you can count on that team being a part of the league for years and decades to come because of the commitment that it made to be there. And it's just a focal point for soccer fans to come and gather for games, just like the Enterprise Center is for the hockey team. It's the same with Energizer Stadium, Energizer Park, and all the other soccer-specific stadiums around the country. It's a big win for the league.
And MLS is pretty adamant that they want stadiums to be built within the city and not in suburbs. That was the thing here. They wanted Energizer Park, or whatever it was going to be called when they were proposing it. They wanted it to be done right downtown. That's just a league-wide thing.
And I think a big part of that is to attract the supporters culture that's out there and the demographic of those young professionals that want to be a part of that culture and that supporters section to support the team. They know that they've got fans in for life. So it's important to have them in the city, because that's where, across the country, when we travel and we go to Austin and we go to, Portland or LA, or, some of the places that we're able to travel to, San Jose, those stadiums downtown have a big population that lives right around the stadium. People are walking to the games. They're taking public transportation to the games because it's all downtown.
Dale, focusing on City for a second here, the City midfielder Chris Durkin had a rough start, inconsistent start to the season, just with injuries, but now it looks like he may come back Saturday.
Yeah, so Chris played with City too last weekend. I think he got 60 minutes in, so he's coming back and had a good game with the second team, getting himself some minutes and sharpening up. So bringing him back into the team is the big one. He's, for those that know him, he's a hardworking, ball-winning type midfield player, and he helps guys like Edward Leuven, who's more creative and more of a constructor of attacks and building of attacking moments. Chris does a lot of the grunt work around him so that Edward can move forward and play forward. So a big addition. Chris will help us a lot this weekend.
Yeah, City here, we're in the middle of August. We are smack dab in the middle of August. It is the 15th right now. There's still quite a bit of time here left to go. What can they accomplish from now through the end of the season, which we know is, it's not going to be a playoff season.
Sure.
So what can you do here?
I would say, what happened the other night, actually the last two games, Minnesota was not a poor performance despite the fact that we lost late in the game. The first 60 minutes or so was good. It was a good performance against one of the better teams in the league. Then the win against Nashville was against even a better team in the league. And for the first 75 minutes, we were dominant. So let's see if we can put a third one together, put a third good game together. Maybe it lasts 90 minutes. Maybe we can get a result and get two wins back to back. Then we start talking a little bit about just carrying some momentum into the offseason. So a huge result versus Nashville, and a win here just allows you to build some momentum. And let's just go game to game. I mean, it's hard to only look at the where we are in the table and what does the end of the season mean. But let's get the crowd back. Let's have good performances game in and game out, so people are again enjoying themselves at the game, not just because of the stadium and everybody coming together, but also because of the performance.
It is still a fun time to go to city games, even if it's not looking right, which it hasn't for a while. There are still 3-4 home games left to go this season?
Yeah, I would say. Yeah, 4. I don't know off the top of my head, but I would say I think there's 4. And the atmosphere the other day when the guys were playing well, it flipped completely. It was exactly where it felt like it was in year 1 and 2 when the team was highly competitive and winning games. It was an awesome atmosphere. It doesn't take much, just a couple of results.
City on the road this weekend, and then next weekend they'll be back home on the 30th against Houston, and then that'll be the first of 4 remaining home games for the 2025 season. Dale Schilly, good to talk to you. Thanks for visiting with us again on a Friday.
Great. Thank you, guys.
Dale is the City SC Academy Director, and you can hear him on the call with Joey Zanaboni on Y98. Again, that game tomorrow in Chicago, they will take on the Fire. It is a 7:30 start time. And again, listen on Y98. It's KMOX. It doesn't take a lot to make a big difference.
That's why we've teamed up with Jerry Kelly Heating and Cooling to bring you 100 acts of kindness.
For the next 6 months, the Chris and Amy Show is challenging you to spread kindness in simple, meaningful ways. No big budget needed.
Write a thank you note, help a neighbor, surprise someone with a smile. It all counts.
Let's prove that kindness is contagious. Share your acts with us by using hashtag 100KindActs.
Because a little kindness goes a long way.
Protect your liver and give it the support it deserves by making Active Liver from New Nordic part of your daily wellness routine. Find Active Liver in stores at your local CVS, Meijer Grocery, or online at Amazon or at newnordicusa.com.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have Leaf Filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. 1 discount per household.
If you have been in a car accident in the past and have settled your case, I may have some good news. Some unethical lawyers have people known as runners who come directly to your hospital room or home and solicit your case. It's a disbarable offense. Anyone that would hire these scumbags needs to have their heads examined. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Now for the good news. If this happened to you, we will sue these lowlifes and fight to get all your fees back. And then look and see if these bottom feeders also malpractice your case and sue them for that too. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Visit forthepeople.com for a free consultation or call Pound Law on your cell, pound 529. If someone does this to you, call the Bar Association and report them. Let's fight these bums. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Cardinal Cowboy here. After proving the doctors wrong following my accident, I got back to baseball, started kicking field goals, and finally got paid as a pro kicker and ultimately became a leader in the marketing world. That's why I trust Renner Garage Door, exceeding expectations for over 65 years. They service, sell, and install top brands like Delden, Amar, and LiftMaster. Get your free quote today. Check them out at RennerDoorSTL.com. Renner, forward and back. Giddy up!
RENNER, RENNER.
Dive into adventure this summer at the St. Louis Aquarium's Summer of the Shark. Get face to fin with some of the ocean's most awe-inspiring creatures in shark-themed exhibits, jaw-dropping displays, and interactive experiences for the whole family. Whether you're a fin-tastic fan or just curious, there's hands-on fun and fascinating facts around every corner at the St. Louis Aquarium. Don't miss your chance to make a splash. Plan your visit today at stlouisunionstation.com. That's stlouisunionstation.com.
Chris Ronke, Amy Marks Kors. The Chris and Amy Show on 104.1 FM, KMOX. Now, did you see this? With Chris and Amy.
Ronj, we were talking about Alaska and how everyone is paying attention to what's going on there, where President Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin are holding a summit today. Well, would you like some fun facts about Anchorage?
I love fun facts.
Okay. Anchorage is massive. The municipality of Anchorage is 1,961 square miles, a.k.a. larger than the state of Rhode Island.
Is that right?
Yeah, Anchorage is larger than the state of Rhode Island. Anchorage is further north than Oslo, Stockholm, and St. Petersburg. Anchorage gets 22 hours of daylight in the summer.
Yeah.
It's a lot of daylight.
That's way too much daylight.
And lastly, in 2012, Anchorage was named the worst dressed city in the United States, which is not really fair. That's not a real city. I shouldn't say it's not a real city.
What
but
are they wearing? Pelts?
It says the outdoors loving Anchorage was named the worst dressed city in the U.S.
it's
by
cold.
Travel and Leisure magazine. However, that was before Carhartt was cool.
Carhartt is kind of cool now.
I don't think people in Alaska are dressing for like, hey, what would Miranda Priestley of, is that the lady in The Devil's Wear Prada? The Devil
I
Wears
have
Prada?
not seen it. I don't
Miranda
know.
Priestley?
I don't know.
What would the Vogue lady think? I don't think that's not what they're assuming in Anchorage. They've got bigger things to worry about, like bears.
Bears.
Yeah.
Polar bears are the
Polar
meanest. They're the ones you have to
You know
worry.
what you can't do in stilettos?
Run from a polar
That's
bear.
exactly right.
Right. Well, Amy, I know what we're going to do with Glover when he dies. So,
is it the Osama bin Laden burial?
It's not the Osama. We're not going to dump him in the ocean.
Well, no, but it's the greenest.
Yeah, we're going to take him on.
They put you
We're
in a
going to.
burlap bag. They dump you in the
Yeah,
ocean.
I know.
And then the marine life can eat you. I think that is how we should all be buried.
Yeah, we'll all take a ride out on the Enterprise and they'll dump him into the ocean. No, Angelica Radevsky, a woman from West Virginia, her husband died suddenly at the age of 55 recently. So what she has done is she had a mortician remove one of the tattoos from his body.
No, Ron, do not say it.
And it is now framed as a keepsake that they put on the wall. It was his favorite tattoo. He has more than 70 or had more than 70 tattoos
Hold on,
all over his body.
I have to not think about this because I this is a new thing since I turned 40 is I throw up easily.
Yeah, so hold on. So they had the mortician remove his favorite tattoo.
What does that mean?
Which was a Pittsburgh Steelers tattoo.
Okay.
It's a Steelers helmet.
It's not even special.
It's a Steelers helmet, but it's got a skull inside the helmet with a Steelers logo and helmet on the side.
What does that mean? What does remove mean?
Taking the skin off.
Like Hannibal Lecter.
The mortician carefully removed the skin.
No, you can't
Placed
do
it
this.
in a special preservation kit. And they gave it to an Ohio company. It's called Save My Ink Forever. And then they sent it off before TJ's body was cremated. So there's a photo of it.
Don't show me.
Well, it's just it looks nice. You wouldn't know that it's skin. It doesn't look like skin. It kind of looks like paper, but it's in a frame. It's in a nice frame, and they put it on the wall.
Okay.
Yeah. The preservation process took around 90 days. When the company returned the framed tattoo encased in glass, the moment was overwhelming,
It's so
Angelica
gross.
said.
It's so gross. Angelica, you have issues. I don't want to be rude, but it's like borders on evil in a weird way.
Now, if you
But
zoom
it's
in, hold on.
No, don't even.
Hold on. If you zoom into
Oh
the
my God.
photo of it, like you could see the pores. You could see the pores on the
You
skin.
need to stop. I mean, unless you want to do the next segment by yourself because I'm ill.
I didn't do this.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you. I'm just the messenger. Don't be upset with me. That's
Oh
what
my gosh, I think
let's talk to Dave. When Glover gets in the office,
No.
let's talk to him and see if he's down for this. That's Amy Marks Kors. I'm Chris Ranji. Join the show. One more hour to go before the Gas House
I
Gang.
regret joining the show.
One more hour before the Gas House Gang, which comes up at 12 o'clock. It's Chris and Amy on KMOX.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson. Paid for by Action Matters. Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop to opt out.
Attention parents of children who have used the gaming platform known as Roblox. If your child was a victim of sexual abuse or harm of any kind while using the Roblox platform, you may be entitled to compensation. Roblox is facing multiple high-profile lawsuits, including an ongoing class action, alleging it failed to protect users from foreseeable dangers that led to the grooming, exploitation, and sexual abuse of minors on the platform. Claims allege Roblox turned a blind eye to predators, unsafe games, and deceptive monetization practices that targeted children. Victims were contacted through in-game chats and coerced into private conversations on third-party apps. If you believe your child may have been a victim of grooming, sexual abuse, or harm of any kind while using the Roblox platform, you may be entitled to a cash settlement. Text our helpline now to find out if you have a viable compensation claim against Roblox. Text GONE to 32 32 32. That's GONE to 32 32 32. GONE to 32 32 32.
This Siteman Cancer Center spotlight how innovative immunotherapy is showing promise against aggressive T-cell cancers. Dr. John DePercio.
Patients have come here from all over the United States and, in fact, all over the world to get evaluated and treated for this treatment. We hope that this can be continued, that we demonstrate in a clinical trial that it's safe and effective, and that ultimately it will be approved by the FDA so it's available to everyone in the world.
For more information, visit siteman.wustl.edu.
Hello, I'm Missouri State Treasurer Vivek Malik. August 14th is National Able Savings Day, a time to highlight how ABLE accounts empower individuals with disabilities. Our More ABLE program helps Missourians save for everyday needs without losing public benefits. To celebrate, we are offering a $25 match for anyone who opens a new account in August. Earnings grow tax-free and contributions qualify for a state tax reduction. Let's help more Missourians build financial independence. Learn more at moable.com.
Paid for by the Missouri State Treasurer's Office.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're dedicated to serving people 50 and up like me. Our needs are different. Big Wireless wants us in an unlimited plan, but if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on affordable, reliable plans, including data that suits your needs, not ours. Our plans start at just $20, and you'll get the best customer service in the business.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/facts or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
This Labor Day weekend, we're celebrating Bob's Discount Furniture's 200th store milestone with the entire Bob's family across the country. For more than 30 years, we've believed everyone deserves the home they love. That's why we brought our everyday low prices on furniture, mattresses, and more to over 200 locations from coast to coast and counting. Not to mention free treats for the whole family in our cafes. Celebrate Bob's Discount Furniture's 200 store milestone this Labor Day weekend.
Oh, my Bob! News, talk, cards. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
It is 11 o'clock and we've got sunshine, 89 degrees in downtown St. Louis. I'm Debbie Monterey. If you're driving through Midtown today, you might encounter some delays. It's move-in day for St. Louis University students. So Cleed Avenue between Vandeventer and Grand will be closed to normal traffic to allow students to move into residence halls. The parking garage at Grand and Laclede will also be closed. According to SLU, more than 1,200 new Billikens are arriving, nearly 4,000 on-campus residents in all. President Trump's summit with Russian President Putin is taking place today at a military base. The goal is to stop the war in Ukraine, but the president has been lowering people's expectations. The president's decision to allow Putin onto a U.S. air base in Alaska has raised some eyebrows. Former National Security Advisor General H.R. McMaster is a CBS News foreign policy and national security contributor.
Overall, cutting undersea cables, blowing up warehouses. He put out a hit on the CEO of Rheinmetall, a big defense firm. So it's important to recognize how expansive his objectives are and that he won't stop until he is stopped. And I think that is going to have to involve, and this is probably what's likely going to develop over the next few months, is to impose costs on him that convince him that he cannot continue the war against Ukraine at an acceptable cost and risk.
Washington's police department chief says a Trump administration order installing a federal official as its head would upend command structure and be a dangerous threat to law and order. Police Chief Pamela Smith's statement came in a court filing today as the city seeks to block the federal takeover of its police department. Missouri regulators have awarded untethered sports betting licenses to DraftKings and Circa, with betting to begin on December 1st. Ryan Butler with Covers.com said the decision was a surprise as Circa received a license over FanDuel, the nation's revenue leader. FanDuel is expected to enter the market through a partnership with a Missouri casino or professional sports team. Both St. Peter's and St. Charles cities have issued boil orders after a pipeline was damaged by a private contractor causing low water pressure. Both cities asking residents to conserve water. Officials expect repairs to be complete by tonight, but more testing will be needed before the boil order is lifted. Texas ending the special session of its state legislature this morning with House Democrats staying away. They couldn't enact legislation to redraw congressional maps to have more Republicans in office and ice out Democrats. However, House Speaker Dustin Burrows told lawmakers,
"Do not go very far, as I believe our governor will be calling us back for another special session very, very soon."
President Trump wants congressional maps redrawn as the GOP seeks to maintain its slim House majority after the midterm elections. Police have canceled the silver advisory for Brenda Wayne. The 74-year-old with dementia first went missing on Saturday from the 1300 block of Kingsford Drive. St. Louis County Police say she has been located and is safe.
Sunshine and hot this afternoon with a high of 96. A heat advisory goes into effect. Partly cloudy, low 77 tonight. Partly sunny, high 98 tomorrow. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Heather Zaire on 104.1 FM KMOX.
The weather is sponsored by Pine Valley Assisted Living of Arnold. It's sunny and 89 degrees at 11:03. I'm Debbie Monterey, KMOX News.
Join Pine Valley Assisted Living of Arnold for a free movie day to see Freakier Friday on August 20th at 10 a.m. at the Arnold Cinema, which includes soda and popcorn. RSVP to Lisa Brennan, 314-283-5669. The Chris and Amy Show on 104.1 FM KMOX and the free Odyssey app.
So you may have heard Debbie during the news tell you that two of those standalone licenses for sports betting in Missouri have been approved. There were three companies that were up for it, DraftKings and FanDuel. DraftKings and FanDuel, those are two companies that you have most likely heard of in one form or another. A lot of fantasy sports. They've been doing it for years. Actually, both of those companies have. And Circa was the third. And it was reported earlier today that the two favorites would be DraftKings and FanDuel. Well, they have awarded these licenses to DraftKings and Circa. Circa operates out of Las Vegas. They have a really cool resort out there. Actually, it's very, very cool.
Oh, and Circa is the casino here now.
Is it?
I believe so.
Yeah, I don't know about that. But it's so FanDuel can still operate, but they have to be attached to a casino. I'm not sure what you're talking about, but Circa does operate. The app has been operating in Illinois for a while now, at least a couple of years. So
I thought the Horseshoe St. Louis was Circa.
I have not heard that. Maybe you're right. I don't know.
At any rate, I have to be honest. And I know you've done a lot of gambling, radio, talking about sports gambling and all of that. So why are they offering two licenses? Why are they not just saying, okay, here are the online gaming companies. You all three get them.
Maybe that's just how the law is written.
That there's only two companies that are allowed to do it?
To do standalone license. That's it. But if you are attached to a casino, you can still operate. That's different. So FanDuel is expected to be attached to a casino, which you can do that then. So I don't know. We'll that's done, and we'll see how it goes. But Circa is good. DraftKings is good. FanDuel is good.
Maybe
they're all good.
Horseshoe is Caesars.
Yeah, it might be that.
I don't gamble. So all of this is like if you were right now a surgeon talking about some orthopedic surgery that you're doing and naming bones, I would feel as informed as I am right now with this gaming stuff.
Yeah.
Just don't, it doesn't do it for me, you know?
Oh, I
Not
know.
like Murder, She Baked. Ever sat there and watched Allison Sweeney solve a mystery?
Yeah.
You talk
No, I
about a
have not.
thrill.
No.
No sports gambling can compete with that.
You hit a parlay, it does. Oh, that'll make you feel alive, baby. That'll make you feel it'll make you feel like you've lived 10 lifetimes.
We should ask people what's more exciting.
Especially if it comes down to the final leg and man,
Listen.
you need the cover and it's
314-436-7900. Tell us what you prefer. Hallmark movies and mysteries or this little thing called sports gambling.
yeah, let us know.
Yeah, let us know which one gives you a thrill. Ever watch Curious Caterer on a Saturday night?
No, I haven't. Texters, we were talking about Scott Jagow's toes
Yeah.
during the last segment. And this texter says, toes, this is the best segment ever. Signed that one hotel manager from Nashville. Do you guys remember?
No, come on,
No,
man.
no,
This is a
let me-
serious show, Ron.
Yeah, I know.
This is-
And this seriously happened.
You shouldn't encourage texters at 314-436-7900 to make references to scandals like
Well,
this.
let me tell you about this.
Unbelievable.
David Neal, a 52-year-old man at a Hilton hotel in Nashville. This was 2 years ago, in May of 2023. He was charged with aggravated burglary and assault after he entered a man's hotel room, and that man woke up to David Neal licking his toes. He was the hotel manager. He got into the
He was
guy's
sucking
room.
on his toes.
Well, okay, it's the same. I mean, what? Samantha, what? It's the same. Yeah. So that did happen. It happened. The incident happened in March of 2023. He was charged with those two things in a couple of months later.
I kind of feel like, I know I shouldn't say this because I don't want to make light of it, but I kind of feel like I'd almost rather just be murdered than have that happen. Then wake up and have a hotel manager sucking on your toes. That's horrible. That's a horrible thing to happen.
Yeah. Yes. The worst things could happen than waking up and
yes.
the hotel manager
I know,
is
but I
licking
don't-
your feet.
It makes me icky. It makes me feel, you know what, between the tattoo segment and this, I don't like this show today. I don't like
Mhm.
today's program.
Why?
I don't think it's a good program.
We didn't do anything. We didn't do anything wrong. We talked about the woman who had her husband's tattoo removed from his body after he
Anyway.
died. And as a tribute, she had it framed on the wall. His Pittsburgh
Hannibal
Steelers.
Lecter. She is, I mean, okay.
No, she had the mortician do it. She didn't
It's-
get the knife out herself.
It's the same thing. It's semantics, like the
She
other
says
thing.
she said it's a nice tribute. It's
No.
the best tribute they could have given
Serious
her
question.
husband.
Let's
it was
say-
his favorite tattoo.
Serious question.
Mhm.
Let's say you meet a lady
Okay.
and she's gorgeous. She's amazing. And you're like, this is the one. I
Right.
love her. She's smart.
Right.
She's successful. She is gorgeous.
But she's a widow,
She's a widow.
right?
Not even married very long.
Right.
Anyway, you go to her house for dinner.
Yeah.
And on the wall, she has a piece of her former husband's skin,
Yeah.
dead husband's skin framed on the wall and said, this is his favorite tattoo. Do you break up immediately and walk out of the apartment?
How good looking is she?
Pretty good looking.
She's very good looking.
Yeah. Margot
Is
Robbie.
she nice and fun?
I said, okay, first of all, pay attention to the show.
I am.
I said all of these things.
So she's nice and fun.
Nice, fun, smart, successful,
Oh,
and
everything?
she looks like Margot Robbie. But she has
The only flaw.
is that the thigh skin is framed from her dead husband because he had a thigh tattoo, and she said it was special to him, and it's framed
Where is it? In the house.
the family room,
In the family room.
and a smaller tattoo in the bedroom.
Well, I think we'll have a smaller one. No, we'll have to talk about it.
No,
I don't leave immediately. We're going to have a
You would-
discussion.
Ranj.
We're going to we'll have a discussion and we'll talk about the placement of the tattoo.
What if the one tattoo was her husband, the other was a former boyfriend? Wouldn't you start to worry? You would start to worry if they're. This is a horrible conversation. Make your decision, and then we're moving on.
I'm going along with the texter who
Okay.
says to 314-436-7900, it's a red flag. Would not break up though. Trust me, I have done this quite a few times where there were a few red flags early on, and I thought, it'll be fine.
And it wasn't, though.
No, it's never fine.
It's never fine.
Never fine.
But there's a red flag. Okay, red flags, it's never fine. But some red flags, never fine, aren't the consequences aren't as serious as other red flags. Like maybe you're going to be framed on the wall. Your body part's going to be framed on the wall soon.
Some red flags don't show up right away.
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes about 4 months, and then she throws your phone in the toilet. And then you go, well, that's a red flag. Well, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah. Well.
So I think I would not break up right away.
Yeah.
I think I'd see where it goes and see how much the skin bothers me, because maybe after time,
See
maybe
how
we
much
could,
the skin bothers you.
maybe-
Listen to yourself.
it's possible we could convince her
You know what this proves?
to put it in a box in storage at some point.
This is what I always say.
You're gonna have to get over your ex-husband at some point.
Guys only think with their brain second.
I'm thinking with my brain.
Are you?
Well, yeah. If she's
She's
a
got
good,
skin framed on the wall. Ronj.
is she a good conversationalist? Maybe she's great talking. Right?
You know what? You're not thinking with your brain because she looks like Margot Robbie. What if she looked like Susan Boyle?
Well, I mean, I have standards.
I love Susan Boyle.
I
And
know
you're
you do.
mean to Susan Boyle.
I am not. I just don't want you singing Susan Boyle, and I don't want to hear her sing. Another texter says this is what you call having skin in the game. It's not really
No.
the same thing, but I see what you're getting at.
Has
And
Harambe texted today?
Harambe has not texted, but another person has texted in and said, let's go out on the town, Ronj.
Okay.
Because I think they think I'm a good time.
I don't think you are.
This message says, if she's a good kisser, maybe wait to break up after 2 or 3 dates.
She's got her ex-husband framed on the wall.
Just a part of him, and it was his favorite tattoo, which I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think it's a nice tribute. Mhm.
I feel so uncomfortable. Since this
So
yes.
Harambe
Yeah.
has texted in.
Okay, good.
Since you put out the call.
Yeah.
Harambe says it's definitely a red flag, but I've been single for a while now, so the things you're willing
it's like
to
when
let slide.
when you're hungry and you open the fridge and nothing looks good and you close the fridge.
Yeah.
And then you go back 20 minutes and you open the fridge. And after you do that a few times, you eventually
Look.
find something you'll eat.
Look, I'm single right now. If I meet an awesome lady,
Yeah.
and she has a dead boyfriend tattoo on the wall,
Yeah.
we'll talk it out.
I could see you going, oh, what you got here? And then she would say, oh, it's the skin from my ex-boyfriend. You go, oh, what happened to him? You'd try to play it cool and you'd ask questions.
Well, yeah, I would ask a ton of questions.
What's his deal?
Other than dead.
What's the deal with his what's the deal with that tattoo?
Yeah.
How'd you get it on the wall? Yeah. At any rate, where's the rest of him? So we also want to direct you to really any topic other than this. At Chris Amy KMOX, our question of the week. The question of the wheat, which is a totally different question. The Cardinals, when we posted our question back on August 12th, a lifetime ago, aka before the Rockies.
Yeah.
We posted the question before the Rockies. We asked you, how confident are you that the Cardinals can make a postseason run with just over 40 games left? Remember, before the Rockies, they were 3 games out from a playoff spot. Now, after the Rockies, they are 100 games out of a playoff spot, is what it feels like. However, we have the final results. 42% of you said, would you like me to wait?
Well, no, go ahead.
Okay, 42% of you, because I've got to get to Trader Joe's. 42% of you said, let's just focus on 2026. Almost 30% of you said, get back to me in a month. 25% of you are cautiously optimistic. And still 3% of you, it's 2011 all over again.
Well, there's some optimism there.
More people are slightly optimistic than not. I mean, you have, what is that, 53% of you?
Yeah.
Have a little bit of optimism.
Well, the Cardinals are 3.5 games out of a playoff spot right now. They are 3 games behind the Reds, who are a half game behind the Mets, and the Mets have the final wild card, with the Cubs and Dodgers being 1-2 in the wild card race. So, look, it's not. If I'm looking at this realistically,
yes,
the pitching is probably not good enough to get them through the next 6 weeks. But, I guess, you never know. Who knows? I just want them to play some games that are fun in the final 2 weeks and maybe mean a little bit of something. That would be cool. So we'll find out. But thank you for participating in our poll. And you should just follow us at Chris Amy KMOX on Twitter. We do a question of the week every single week, and you can participate in that if you follow. Super easy. It is Chris and Amy on KMOX.
You've got a ton of equity in your home. You're sitting on a gold mine, and you could do so much with all that cash, like travel, invest it, or pay off debt, but you can't touch it unless you sell your home. But you really don't want to move. And besides, homes are sitting on the market for a long time these days. You're trapped, right? Well, not with Truehold. With Truehold, you can cash out your equity in as little as 30 days. And listen, you don't have to move. You can stay in the home you love as a renter. So that's Truehold's Sell and Stay program. You cash out your entire home's value and stay put. Truehold even covers property taxes, property insurance, and essential repairs. So imagine using that equity to travel, invest, or pay off debt and stay in your home. It's brilliant, especially in this slow market. You get an all-cash offer now by calling 1-855-300-9993. You can also visit Truehold.com, the smarter, faster way to cash out on your home's value without moving. That's Truehold.com.
Home title theft. It's on the rise, and it's devastating if it happens to you. Listen to the alarming words of an actual home title thief.
I don't need to know your date of birth and social security number. All I have to do is go to public records, create a document, and file that document. And then I can borrow against the house or sell the house. You may have no clue until you find out that your house has been sold or till several loans or several banks are foreclosing on you.
For pennies a day, Home Title Lock puts a virtual barrier of protection around your home's title with 24/7 monitoring. The instant they detect any tampering, you'll get an alert. And that's bad news for home title thieves. So when's the last time you checked on the title to your home? Find out if you're already a victim with your free title scan and complete title report. $100 value free with sign up. Just go to HomeTitleLock.com and sign up in minutes. That's HomeTitleLock.com. HomeTitleLock.com.
Hey, this is Charlie Brennan. Have you noticed loose bricks or missing mortar around your house, on the walls, the patios, the walkways, the porch, or the chimneys? If so, you need to call Morelli Tuck Pointing. 314-645-1387. You might need one of two things: solid tuck pointing, the removal of old mortar with the replacement of new mortar throughout an entire wall or chimney, or maybe just spot tuck pointing. Spot tuck pointing involves the tuck pointing of a particular wall, a chimney, or other masonry surface in an area where it's needed the most. One example might be settlement cracks, usually found above or below windows or doorways. 314-645-1387. Call the company that the Brennans have called when we've needed tuck pointing. Morelli Tuck Pointing, the masonry specialists. Winner of the Angie's List Super Service Award every year since 2005. 314-645-1387, MorelliTuckPointing.com.
Hey guys, Glover here with my friend Mark Cantor at Cantor Injury Law. So as you know, I'm a lawyer, so I take this very seriously. Mark is a great attorney. He has a great team. He is from St. Louis. He is local. Call 314-628-9999 or visit CantorInjuryLaw.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be solely based on advertisements.
It's the Chris and Amy Show on 104.1 FM KMOX. Sponsored by the St. Louis Aquarium. Explore the St. Louis Aquarium at Union Station. Total Information AM. Weekdays 5 to 9 on the voice of St. Louis. 104.1 FM KMOX.
Chris Ranji, Amy Mark scores on the Chris and Amy Show. We're going to have a bit of a palate cleanser here since Ranj has brought up several foul topics to discuss.
What, the skin removal thing?
The framing of the dead man's skin?
The tattoo? It was a nice tribute to her husband who passed away.
It's a little like you don't
It
want
was
to
his
have
favorite tattoo. They
anything
put it on the
in
wall.
common with Hannibal Lecter.
Well, they didn't eat it.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
It's on
palate
the
cleanser.
wall.
We want to hear from you. 314-436-7900. I don't think we've had anybody text in yet to back me up on this, that the Hallmark movies and mysteries is as thrilling as sports gambling.
Well,
I was saying I don't need to gamble because I watch Murder, She Baked. You know what I mean? I get that thrill. At watching Allison Sweeney solve a mystery.
I don't know who that is, but a couple of people said they always love Hallmark movies, Hallmark mysteries. This texter says, and as you claimed this was a serious show, this texter from a 314 says, Amy, it can't be a serious show if you're comparing a parlay and a Hallmark movie.
What does that mean?
Well, we're comparing what's better, being winning a parlay and watching Hallmark mysteries.
Yeah, I don't
Like, you can't
have time for the love stories. I only watch the mysteries.
Okay.
All right.
Just real quick.
Yeah.
I do think that the love story that's in any action movie,
Yeah.
just waste of time.
Waste of time.
Just brings down the whole, I don't care that you got a lady interest. I don't need that. Just shoot things up.
Okay, well.
Blow things up.
In the movies.
It's in the movie. It's
Yeah.
a movie.
Well, that's why Debbie Monterey has said
I wanna
she
s-
watches movies, she watches shows, she likes, the action, solve the crime, and there's always just a big sex scene.
Yeah, I don't need
And
that.
she's like, listen, it's just like, oh my gosh, we get it.
I don't need that. I just want to watch things explode. I don't need to watch a sexy time scene. There are
No.
places to go for sexy time scenes. Not that.
You go places?
Yeah, like you watch The Notebook or whatever. Do they have sex in that movie? Does the Notebook have a sexy time scene?
Well, I'm on Debbie's side. I think there's too much sexy time. That's why I watch Hallmark. It's not in there.
There's no sexy time?
There's no sexy time.
Oh. Well, I'm just wondering. So please get back to me on that. By the way, I did cry at the end of Notebook. Go ahead.
Are you joking? Or
I
did you
swear
cry?
to God, I did cry. I had a girlfriend made me watch it, and I
See,
choked
just
up.
when you feel like you I don't want to say
I
hate.
choked
Hate
up.
is too strong of a word, but just when you're like, man, I really dislike this guy. He's off-putting and he's abrasive. He says something like that, which makes you appear more human than you are. You come across as human. Can you just tell me what other movies you've cried at other than The Notebook?
I can't think of anything right now.
Okay, 314-436-7900. Here's the thing. I think the great American treasure is Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's is the best grocery store. I just love it so much. And it is so affordable. It really is. You can get a lot with Trader Joe's. So there are several categories of food. Everyone's trying to cut costs right now. You can save $1 here, save $1 there. It adds up. Trader Joe's, here are some foods that are cheaper there. Spices are cheaper at Trader Joe's. Ronj, do you go to Trader Joe's?
No.
I felt like I knew it. I could tell because I felt like I was talking to a wall.
Is there a
I
Trader
could tell
Joe's
by your
anywhere
face
close?
that there was no connection.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, the horrible parking situation in Brentwood.
Oh, yeah, there's that one.
Yep. That one, someone thought, it's a great idea. Let's make this parking lot small. Let's make the spaces small so they're not up to code. Like the spaces are too small so we can jam more cars in here. And let's put Target and Trader Joe's facing each other so that people can fight over the spots.
And it's such a small. There
That's what they
are.
did.
Yeah. Somehow there's more space.
Yeah.
More spaces.
Like
than
I said,
there
the
are.
devil himself feels like it's a little heavy-handed. He's like,
pretty
listen,
bad.
I like chaos, but this
pretty
is
bad.
a bit much. So spices are cheaper. Maple syrup. It says you can get organic maple syrup for like $16 at fine grocery stores, but you can get organic maple syrup at Trader Joe's for under $5. That's a big difference. Wine. You ever had the $2 chuck?
I've heard about it.
That is Trader Joe's own wine. And you can get that at a very affordable price, as the name implies. It used to retail for $2 a bottle. I think it's a little bit more now. Cheese is cheaper there. Everyone makes a charcuterie dish. Make it cheaper at Trader Joe's. I just got a text from our friend, Patrick Berry.
Oh, Patrick Berry.
And
Great guy.
he said he saw a post that said somehow Trader Joe's has everything and nothing, which I don't know. I don't know. I get how there are certain
I know what
things
he's saying.
you can't
I
get.
have been inside of Trader
You can't get
Joe's.
certain things there, or you may not. But see, if you work hard enough, you can. I love Trader Joe's. European style butter is way cheaper at Trader Joe's. You can't find it cheaper anywhere else. $4.69. You can get Skyr yogurt for a much cheaper. $1.19 when most brands are over $2. Nuts. You like nuts?
Love them.
You can get nuts cheaper. You're contributing nothing to this.
I don't know anything. I've never been. I've never really shopped at Trader Joe's. I have no.
Oh my gosh.
I've been
That's all
into
I have.
one.
You know what? I can't do this conversation anymore.
I told I've never been. I've been in. I've seen things. I've never really bought much there.
You walked into a Trader Joe's and didn't buy anything?
Bought a couple of things. I don't know. It's not. It just wasn't.
Trader Joe's, I saved so much money when I started because I would like swing into Whole Foods for convenience. Don't do that.
No.
Don't do that. It's expensive. Go to Trader Joe's. Every time I fill up one bag at Whole Foods, it's over $100. I filled up 4 bags.
That's true.
I filled up 4 bags at Trader Joe's. They were like $64. And I blew my mind. I'm telling you, it's a game changer.
I feel like there
I
just
have
isn't.
nothing more to say. You're a wall.
Yeah,
you're a
I'm
wall.
I'm so sorry. I just don't. I don't have a real good Trader Joe's frame of reference.
I can see why your girlfriend threw your phone in the toilet.
It's not my fault. It's not my fault.
I feel like it is.
Well,
I feel like I'm talking to that framed piece of skin right now.
What a tribute, though. What a tribute. Is this a? I don't know that this is a Hallmark movie, but somebody texted in "Holiday in Handcuffs" with Melissa Joan Hart.
Oh my gosh, yes, and Dean Cain, and it's not Hallmark because
Ice Agent Dean Cain.
They get a little kinky with it.
Oh,
and so it's Lifetime. Holiday in Handcuffs is a classic. She kidnaps Dean Cain and forces him to pretend to be her boyfriend for Christmas, and she bought fuzzy pink handcuffs.
Does Dean Cain look like Mario Lopez?
Hi.
It's Mario Lopez.
Is it Mario Lopez and not Dean Cain?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Thank you. No, they don't look alike, but it's been a while. Mario Lopez is even better. It's way better. Tyler, you're so much better of a co-host than this lump of skin.
I'm sorry.
across from me.
I've not really done anything
So
in Trader
Mario
Joe's.
Lopez is kidnapped by Melissa Joan Hart, but she goes to the grocery store or the gas station and she like has these pink fuzzy handcuffs and she buys them and the gas station guy's like, "Oh, lucky man."
Yeah.
That's Lifetime. They would never do that in Hallmark. That's what. Yeah, thank you. Tyler gets it. It's way too kinky for Hallmark.
Okay, but it's I thought it was.
It's a real Holiday in Handcuffs. Yes, Mario Lopez and Melissa Joan Hart, and it is hilarious.
Well, the texter says that she's kind of hot in it, so I don't. Is she?
I mean, it's her. She looks just like Melissa Joan Hart looks. I don't know. Mario Lopez is handsome.
Was she Sabrina the Teenage Witch? Is that who that was?
Yeah.
Thank you.
She looks the same.
Amy Marks Core's Chris Ranji. Gas
Oh my
House
gosh,
Gang is coming
this
up
show
at 12
cannot
o'clock.
end quickly enough.
Well, yeah. Tell me about it. But we're happy you're here. What?
We need to hear from you, 314-436-7900, because we're going to ask you a Family Feud question. Name the U.S. states that you consider God's country.
I guess we have to define what that is, right?
It's up to the listener.
It's up to the person who's got the show on the Odyssey app or 1120 a.m. or 104.1 FM, KMOX.
At 5, when others are running out of steam, the Redbird Rush Hour hits the gas. Kevin Wheeler, Matt Pauley, and Bernie Miklasz bring sharp analysis, fresh insight, and no recycled takes. Real baseball talk for fans who know the game. Redbird Rush Hour, weekdays at 5 on 104.1 FM KMOX, the voice of St. Louis, the unrivaled voice of baseball.
We've been here 30 years, 30 Christmases in this house, and we have the traditions that most families have.
That's Terry talking about her experience with Rhino Shield ceramic coating.
We did Rhino Shield 14 years ago, and the house still looks the same as the first day. Rhino Shield really worked with me to help me get just the right, nice, soft yellow, and it's 14 years later, and it's the same color.
The main reason Terry called Rhino Shield is because it's backed by its 25-year transferable warranty.
It just sounded wonderful that we could have the house coated with Rhino Shield and not have to worry about it again for 25 years.
Take it from Terry. Give Rhino Shield a call now for a free evaluation. 877-25-RHINO. 877-25-RHINO or visit 877-25rhino.com.
There have been neighbors that have come by and said, "Did you just have your house painted?" Because they wanted to know who the contractor was. And I said, "No, it's actually Rhino Shield."
877-25rhino.com.
Calling all future sportscasters. Sharpen your skills and learn from the best of the Missouri Broadcasters Association Sportscasters Forum, Tuesday, September 16th in St. Louis. Join Cardinals beat reporters, broadcasters, and the legendary John Rooney, the voice of the Cardinals, for insider sessions on play-by-play, interviewing, reporting, and more. Then cap the day with a Cards-Reds game at Busch Stadium. Open to college students and broadcasting pros. Just $10 for students, lunch, and a game ticket. Space is limited. Register by September 2nd at MissouriBroadcasters.org.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Hey guys, Glover here with my friends Mark and Neil Gelman from the Gelman team of eXp Realty. Selling your home, every situation is unique. Find the best options that are right for you from the real estate team who offer more options. 314-336-1991. Go to thegelmanteam.com.
Cards manager Ollie Marble joins the Gas House Gang every Tuesday at noon. Sponsored by Siteman Cancer Center on the voice of the Cardinals. 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Okay, I saw this on Instagram, and I don't know when this show actually aired, but it is a family feud. And the question was, name the states that you consider God's country. And I thought, well, this is great because the contestants, they struck out quite a bit at the beginning. And I want to hear from our listeners, 314-436-7900. When you hear the phrase God's country, what states do you think of? We're going to help you out because we're going to play some of the wrong answers now.
Answers on the board. Name a U.S. state you think of as God's country.
Mississippi.
Mississippi.
Nevada.
Nevada. Joyce.
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Aaron.
Georgia.
Georgia.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Well, how many God's country states are there? We went through all of them, didn't we?
I know.
Okay.
I know. So did you see the answers?
I did not.
Oh, you didn't?
I did not. No.
Okay. So since you haven't seen the answers, we'll give you a couple guesses. And if you want to chime in, 314-436-7900. Ranj, name a state that you think is God's country.
See, I would think that isn't the definition of God's country like rural and peaceful and all of that, right?
Sure, whatever. I don't know.
Technically, that's every state because every state has rural parts to it.
America is God's country.
I don't. I guess I would say like Montana.
Did you just guess just now?
Yes, I did just guess.
That's number one. The number
is
one
it really?
answer is Montana.
Because up there, and there aren't a whole lot of big cities or anything. Isn't Billings like the biggest city in Montana?
Billings. All right. What else?
Colorado. Was Colorado on that list?
Nope. Yes. Sorry, it is number 5.
Colorado's number 5. Wyoming.
We should give him 3 strikes. He's doing really well.
Actually, Colonel Ripper says Colorado and Wyoming. Those are the ones I'm thinking of.
Well, Colorado and Wyoming are on there. That's 4 and 5.
4 and 5.
So you need 2, 3, 6, and 7.
2, 3, 6, and is Arizona one?
Nope.
No, because they have big cities there. Idaho?
Nope.
Nope, they have Boise.
Every state has a city.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is there any in the South? There's got to be the southern one, right?
Not
No?
necessarily. I mean,
Not
not the
necessarily,
deep South.
okay.
No, not the deep South.
Okay, not the deep South. So not like Florida or something like that. Missouri is not on it. No way Missouri is on it.
No, I would have said Missouri. It's Midwest.
Yeah.
Kansas, like, oh, that's God's country out there. It's not Kansas, by the way. Nope.
No, wouldn't think it would be. South Dakota.
Nope.
North Dakota.
No.
I'm out of states. New Mexico.
No.
Okay. There are no more.
Well, Colonel Ripper got Colorado and Wyoming, and you got Montana. Would you like the answers?
Yes.
Number 2, Alaska.
Oh, yeah, Alaska. Is Hawaii one?
Number 3.
There you go. All right.
You're
that
going
makes
to know
sense.
7.
I'm going to know 7.
You're going to regret not saying 7.
Illinois.
Texas.
I thought Texas was buzzed. Didn't somebody guess Texas in the thing and they got buzzed?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
That was
okay.
the first correct one. And number 6, you won't get Maine.
Maine. Oh.
If I had to pick 7, see, I would have picked all Midwest because I thought that's what we say when we don't have anything else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, Kansas, we're not fancy, but we're God's country. Like, I just thought that's what that meant.
Is it because of the lobsters and the seafood?
Well, I don't think so.
Well, I mean, it's I think it's a real appeal to being in Maine.
I
You get the
never would have
lobsters
picked
and
Maine
seafood.
as God's country.
Well, it is pretty. Seeing all the lighthouses.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, those are God's
But-
lighthouses.
I just picture that as that's something you say when you're not, a big sexy city or when you aren't a vacation destination.
Yeah.
I can see Montana and I can see Wyoming for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, definitely.
Colorado's, you don't go to a ski town. You don't go to Breckenridge and go, oh, this is God's country. You don't. You go, oh, this is expensive. This is what you say.
Isn't
This is what you say. No one goes to Aspen and says, this is God's country. You say, wow, this is really wealthy. And that's who's the guy that owns the Patriots?
Oh, Bob Kraft?
Yes, Robert Kraft's house. That's what you say. So I guess I would picture Kansas, Iowa, Missouri.
Iowa?
Yeah.
With the corn?
Yes.
That's not.
The Midwest keeps people poo-poo the Midwest, but we keep the country going and we keep the country
Oh, I
fed.
I understand
All the corn
that.
and wheat and soy.
I
You
understand
couldn't be
that.
America without us.
Well, yeah, but you couldn't be America without most of these states. How many
I
can we
don't know.
really get rid of?
If we got rid of Maine, I don't think most people
What?
would know a difference.
Come on, dude. Maine is
It would
awesome.
not affect your life if Maine got clipped off the corner of the country.
Well,
you wouldn't know. You would not know.
I could say that about any state, really.
I don't think so.
Sure.
You would know if Kansas all of a sudden, wait a minute, we can't go to Kansas.
Yeah, well, because I love going
Wheat
to Kansas.
prices would go up.
Right. Well, lobster prices would go up even more if Maine was gone.
It would take a long time for me to know that lobster prices have gone up because I've never bought a lobster.
You haven't?
No.
Oh.
Have you?
I think no. I bought tails once. No,
For your house or at a restaurant?
I can't remember. But I do think that
When he's dodgy, you always know it's a bad situation with a lady.
it's got nothing to do with a lady.
Oh, you bought lobster tails for just you?
Yes, and I said nobody else at the table can have any.
You and Randy Carricker
It's all
sat
for
there
me.
and ate lobster
It's
together.
all for me. Nobody else gets any lobster tail. Not in this house. So, all right, that's an interesting list. But I like the rural areas of the country, and it's great that we have them. I couldn't live in them though. I know there are people who hate the bustle of cities. They don't like being, you can't park and you can't get around without bumping into people. I like that.
What's rural to you, though? Is Chesterfield rural to you?
No, it's a suburb.
Okay.
Suburbs are just suburbs. And pretty much all suburbs are about the same. Like you can go to any city in the country and find a Chesterfield.
Chicago has so many Chesterfields.
It has like 5 or 6 Chesterfields.
Yeah.
Yes. And it has a couple of Ladou's. Every.
And I love Chesterfield and I love Ladue. My favorite, I would say it's Webster Groves, maybe, or maybe Ladue, but my favorite Chicago Webster Groves is Geneva, Illinois.
Which I
love Geneva, Illinois.
Geneva's out there. It's like 45 or an hour. But and I have not been to that place, but everybody talks about how beautiful it
I
is.
wouldn't have known that, I would have no reason to go there, except they have this race. It's called Last Chance for Boston. It's in September. It used to be like the day before you could sign up. So it's like or the day that Boston.
Is it a qualifying
opened.
race?
It's a qualifying race,
Yeah.
and you do like 9 laps around this park. It's in a little park in
That's
Geneva,
cool.
Illinois, but it's so wooded. There's a lake. The streets have, all those old trees and pretty brick homes. It's just a really pretty community. Coffee shops, a cute downtown.
This texter says if Kansas was clipped off, I sure could drive to Colorado a lot faster. So is that what would happen if we pulled Kansas out of the middle of the country? Do we compact? Do we just slide all the other states closer together?
Oh my gosh. Can you imagine we could be in Denver in 2 hours?
No, because it takes 4 to get to Kansas City, Missouri. So it would be
That's
another.
right. 2 hours past that.
Yeah, I don't know how. So it's 2 hours from the border.
I don't
Denver?
know. I'm trying to think because you go Colby, Kansas, and then Hayes, Kansas, and then of course eastern Colorado is the ghost of Kansas haunting you, is what it is.
Another texter says Maine is on the list mainly because they have Acadia National Park, considered one of the best in the country.
Acadia's amazing.
Sure.
I said it a little slurred there. I need to stop drinking. I always said that Kansas is the one night stand of America, where, the Kansas motto could be welcome to Kansas. And then their motto is have fun in Colorado. And they have all the toll booths. So literally it's like leave your money on the dresser and get the hell out of here. That's what you do in Kansas.
Another message says, I think it has to do with the beauty of the country in Maine. That's why it makes the list. It is gorgeous.
It is gorgeous. Stephen
there you
King
go.
lives in Maine.
Don't all of the bad stories take place in Maine?
I think they do.
Everybody gets murdered in Maine in his thing.
In Murder, She Wrote, she's in Cabot Cove, which I think is supposed to be like Martha's Vineyard, but maybe it's Maine. A lot of murders happen there.
Yeah.
Angela Lansbury.
But really, if you think about it, every single state, for the most part, has nice. Kansas is flat, and a lot of parts of Illinois are pretty flat. But there are beautiful parts of every single state. Some are better than others.
Kansas. What's the pretty part of Kansas?
I think honestly,
The
I think
Flint
if you pull back a little bit and just see rolling plains and the wheat, I think that is pretty.
It is pretty, and I will say the Flint Hills are pretty. I called them the Flint Flats jokingly, but the Flint Hills of Kansas are pretty. Just like with Iowa, the waves of grain. It really is beautiful.
Yeah.
It almost looks like an ocean.
Yeah, I think that's a really cool visual. Amy Marks Kors, Chris Ranji, text into the show whenever you want, 314-436-7900. Gas House Gang is coming up at 12. Cardinals Talk. Mike Claiborne, Matt Pauley, and me will be with you until 1. John Rooney joins the show at 12:30. There's a lot happening on KMOX.
Calling all future sportscasters. Sharpen your skills and learn from the best of the Missouri Broadcasters Association Sportscasters Forum, Tuesday, September 16th in St. Louis. Join Cardinals beat reporters, broadcasters, and the legendary John Rooney, the voice of the Cardinals, for insider sessions on play-by-play, interviewing, reporting, and more. Then cap the day with a Cards-Reds game at Busch Stadium. Open to college students and broadcasting pros. Just $10 for students, lunch, and a game ticket. Space is limited. Register by September 2nd at MissouriBroadcasters.org.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson. Paid for by Action Matters. Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop to opt out.
Attention parents of children who have used the gaming platform known as Roblox. If your child was a victim of sexual abuse or harm of any kind while using the Roblox platform, you may be entitled to compensation. Roblox is facing multiple high-profile lawsuits, including an ongoing class action, alleging it failed to protect users from foreseeable dangers that led to the grooming, exploitation, and sexual abuse of minors on the platform. Claims allege Roblox turned a blind eye to predators, unsafe games, and deceptive monetization practices that targeted children. Victims were contacted through in-game chats and coerced into private conversations on third-party apps. If you believe your child may have been a victim of grooming, sexual abuse, or harm of any kind while using the Roblox platform, you may be entitled to a cash settlement. Text our helpline now to find out if you have a viable compensation claim against Roblox. Text GONE to 32 32 32. That's GONE to 32 32 32. GONE to 32 32 32.
The Chris and Amy Show is video streaming now on KMOX's YouTube, X, and Facebook pages. Click and subscribe.
I got the Gas House Gang coming up, another hour for you. Sports Talk is happening at 12. Mike Claiborne and Matt Pauley are going to join me. As I mentioned, John Rooney's on the show at 12:30. He is every Friday. And we'll have plenty to talk about. Cardinals are starting a series against the Yankees tonight. We got the pregame at 6:20. Mr. Pauley will have that. And then 7:15 first pitch.
Excellent.
Big series at the ballpark. It's even though things are not going great for the Cardinals, it's still cool when the Yankees come to town.
I love when the Yankees come into town. I think it's fun. It's a good time. They have Live at Lowe's tonight?
I don't know. We'll find out from Mike.
I think they should.
Claibs will know.
Hey, did you see that the LA Olympics in 2028, they are selling naming rights for a handful of their venues? It's going to be deals that will bring in, expectedly, millions of dollars to the 2028 games. It is breaking the IOC's long sacrosanct policy of keeping brand names and corporate sponsors off of arenas and stadiums. Obviously, Nike owns the Olympics. Coca-Cola has a big Olympic sponsorship, but they haven't named the actual stadiums themselves. Usually, I get a little fatigued with corporate sponsorship of everything, but I think this is a great idea because the Olympics are always a loss for the cities that host them. And the United States, unlike all these other countries, a lot of them which happen to be autocratic, because the IOC loves autocrats and violators of human rights with Russia and China and all of this. A lot of those countries, the government pays for the Olympic Games. They take on a huge loss, spend hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars to build these stadiums.
Mm-hmm.
We all saw what happened in Rio. A lot of people struggling in Rio financially, but the government funnels all that money to build these stadiums, to host the games for 2 weeks, and then those stadiums and venues fall into disrepair. I think the fact that LA is already equipped to host the Olympics, it's hosted the Olympics before, it has the venues, they don't need to build a massive football stadium. Go ahead and get those corporate sponsors because the city is paying for the games, not the U.S. government. The U.S. government does not pay for the games.
The idea of having the Olympics in your city is a very, very cool idea. It would be really neat to have the Olympic Games in St. Louis. I know this is just not the market for it any longer. We had it, 120 years ago. Things are a little different now.
When we were cool.
Right. So this is not the place to have an Olympic Games. The idea of it and, the pageantry behind it and just the celebration, I think that would be cool. But there is just going back to the 80s at least.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not a good economic investment for cities.
Don't want it.
In fact, the Olympic Games have in every single Olympics since 1988. They have come in way over budget. There have been only a couple of cities that are just barely over budget, and both of them in China.
Yep.
So it's maybe the numbers aren't, I don't know if we know them truly, but Sochi was like 289% over budget. Rio was 350% over budget.
And you see the images of the homeless people and the people who live in Rio watch the Olympics come in, do whatever it is in their city, and then leave. And now you've got these ugly skeletons, the vestiges of the Olympics. You have no food.
Yeah.
You have no infrastructure. Crime is insane. And you're wondering, wow, maybe the government should have used this money to fix some problems.
Yeah, remember Rio, prior to that Olympics, they were having, and I'm assuming still are, they're having all kinds of pollution issues, and they were using the water for their water sports, and it was just absolutely filthy, and it wasn't even prepared.
No, a few triathletes actually boycotted or held out and said there are feces floating in these water sources. I'm not swimming.
Well, that happened in Paris too with the canals, right?
Mm-hmm. So I will say this with Los Angeles, like I said, the United States federal government does not pay for the Olympics like other countries do. So LA has a $6.9 billion budget, pretty intense. So the LA 28 chairman and CEO, Casey Wasserman, said that revenue from the naming rights deals goes above what is in LA's current budget of almost $7 billion. So they've already announced some contracts that are in place with founding partners Honda, which already has naming rights for the arena in Anaheim. That's going to host the volleyball. And Comcast, which will have its name on a temporary venue hosting squash.
No.
So I feel like it's the tip of the iceberg. But like I said, generally, I'm fatigued with corporate sponsorship, but I love this. Try to make some money off of an event that always is a huge hassle for the city. Imagine the Olympics came to St. Louis. And it's like, listen, this can come on, we get cost our city billions of dollars, or we can sell temporary naming rights to the venues and actually come out on top.
Yeah.
You would be insane to turn that down. It's a no-brainer.
Even if it doesn't make up all the revenue that's lost, all the money that's lost in the costs of holding the event, it's still better than not doing it. I don't know. Do we care about the purity of the names of the stadiums or whatever? Nobody cares about that. So whatever you have to do to make that money back as best you can, you have to do it.
So, and he was saying a lot of that Wasserman was explaining to the IOC members, listen, arenas and stadiums in the United States are already associated with corporate sponsors.
Yeah.
He mentioned the home of the Lakers, which is Crypto,
right?
Crypto.com arena. Everybody knows it as Crypto. He said no one is going to refer to it as the gymnastics arena downtown. Everyone's going to call it Crypto anyway.
Right.
We may as well make money off of it. I think it's such a great idea. I also think instead of, again, spending billions of dollars for a 2-week event, and then the Paralympics after that, I get it, for these massive stadiums that then fall into disrepair, I think we should pick a rotating list of cities that we know can host the Olympics. LA, Sydney, Beijing, whatever. Pick your 6, 7, 8 cities and rotate the Olympics through those cities, hit all the continents, and to limit the impact, not just like the carbon footprint, but the impact on communities that can't afford these Olympic Games, but their governments want to sports wash their country with the Olympics. I think a lot of the communities, the residents of cities that are poor are hurt from the Olympics.
I have no problem with that. It doesn't really matter to me where the games are. Just because the visuals are cool and the establishing shots are neat, but that doesn't really the only thing I do like about the Olympic Games is when they have the ceremonies, the opening and closing, and they are specific to, they do things that are specific to, where they came from, like where it's happening, so if it's in London, they have, very London specific things, and you're kind of giving everybody a taste of what it's like there. That's kind of cool. But also, do we really need it anymore? Because we have the internet and we can absolutely find out what it's like to live in London without seeing it in the Olympic Games.
Yeah. And like I said, put some of those cities that have hosted, that have existing infrastructure, framework, and venues, whether it's London, Italy, like I said, Beijing, Sydney, LA. And then you're not. I think Rio was the first Olympics as far as seeing what it did to a community where there were a lot of people struggling. A lot of poor people, a lot of homeless people, a lot of hungry people. and they put in a fancy new stadium, and now it's just derelict. It's creepy. The remnants of Rio, the Olympics.
Tell you what, though, wouldn't mind having an Olympics here. I'd like to see some traffic every now and then.
Well,
and
maybe
I
that's
can
just
handle,
what we need.
Well, I can't go out tonight. Gonna have that Olympic traffic. You know, am I gonna get into Olympic traffic?
I think you might have hit the nail on the head. Remember when we wanted to use the landfall, whatever you'd call it, from the NFL settlement to build a second arch?
Yeah, what happened to that?
Well, I think we should put that aside for the Olympics. We should get the Olympics.
Well, I think we should build the littler arch inside the big one, or maybe
Like a
build a
nesting
bigger
ball.
arch over the existing one.
Oh, you can't do that because you can't build anything taller than the arch.
Oh, dang. Okay. Well, we'll figure it out. Let's start our bid for the would it be the 2032 games?
I think we need to go 36.
Should that be our? Oh yeah, it's
You
way
need
in
more
advance,
time,
isn't
yeah.
it? Yeah. That's Amy Marks Coors. I'm Chris Ranji. We're back on Monday at 9:00. We'll be right here with you for the Chris and Amy Show. If you missed anything, wherever you get your podcasts or the Odyssey app, you should have that on your phone anyway. So listen to what you missed right there. Back with you 9:00 on Monday. But next, it is the Gas House Gang talking some Cardinals and more on 104.1 FM KMOX.
It's easy to feel apprehensive about getting screened for cancer or to just keep putting it off.